Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? I'm doing spectacular.
Oh god, I need to mute you, Edge. Sorry about Scott's voice, everyone. I throat fucked him too hard.
It is not true.
I figured I'd go for the real punchline. Usually we sort of allude to it, but I went straight in there. Kind of like last night.
I actually, it all started when I did that, that surprise 7-hour stream. I was like, oh, I should stream tonight. I kind of got canceled last second by one of the PCs. I'll just stream anyways. And it went for 7 hours. And then, like, I haven't properly recovered since then. So, which is pretty funny. Congratulations on your language test.
Indeed, congrats. I regularly tell Scott, like, I don't miss my words as well. I'm like, you need to rest more or you will die younger.
Once more with
like I don't bother like mixing my words. I'm like think of your child, Scott.
It's funny. I know we both speak English.
Am I on this mic?
Once more with
maybe.
feeling.
I am. Am I really quiet to you?
I mean, you sound. I haven't talked to you in so long. I guess you sound a little weird.
I probably sound exactly like you.
Once more with feeling.
I have a lot of feeling right now. Actually, specifically after you said you throat fucked me, I started hearing a little girl's voice saying,
Once more with feeling.
once more with feeling. So I guess.
Oh my god. Oh wow. Well, that is something. Gonna go back and screenshot that one.
Oh no! I have a green screen up too. Let me actually get some background going on.
Yeah, that was beautiful. You literally put yourself onto a green screen. Wait till I get in contact with you.
Ah!
Oh,
There we go.
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, the short version is there was an election in Georgia yesterday.
Once more
That's
with
like
feeling.
super important.
Yeah, you got
and-
2 Democrats in.
Well, definitively one. One, it's still too close to call, but we'll know within the next 24 to 48 hours, and it looks like he's going to win.
I'm fairly certain though there have been calls to invalidate the presidential election, but not that one specifically.
But no. Wait, what?
I saw a tweet from some Republican being like, the presidential election needs to be redone or something or other. And then like the top comment, someone was like, but what about your election?
Yeah.
And she was like, no, that's fine.
Yeah. That's because they actually won a lot of seats in the House and whatnot. So that's been an argument for a long time. It's like, so they just messed with that one nowhere else. And there's the recent call that it's just fucking crazy. The whole thing's fucking crazy. I don't want to sit here and talk about this for too long because, but short version is I had to stay up late last night. I had to watch it. It's too important. You know what I mean? Anyways, to fit the mood for tonight, the music we're listening to is coming from tabletopaudio.com. I used to always do our music from there. Like when we played Mass Effect and whatnot, it always came from there. So, anyways, hi Neil.
Hi. I should pull the curtain slightly.
Sure. I'm gonna have to make myself a tea shortly to throw a ton of honey in it to try to make my throat feel good because I need to
just
coat
put
it with that
honey,
thick, warm.
Just put honey and lemon.
Why lemon?
That's just what they do. Fun fact for you here. I'm about to tell you, so shut up and listen.
Oh, sorry.
It's house tier 5. I'll have you know we're in tier 7. No, it's just a fucking joke. It's glorious. I love it.
I don't know the joke.
We've been working on a tier system, depending on COVID's severity, the number of cases in your area.
Oh, okay.
And so it was a 1 to 3 system. And then it got so bad that Boris had to introduce tier 4. And they introduced tier 4. And now we're in tier 5, which didn't exist either, which is national lockdown. But it's not really a national lockdown because it's national lockdown. But if you absolutely cannot work from home, you can go to work.
Oh.
But don't go to work. But you can go to work. Schools are closed, but they will open. And some of them are opening in the first week of February. Some of them are, opening in January.
Cool.
Takeaway is allowed, but no alcohol takeaways.
Well, that one doesn't surprise me. You really don't want somebody driving down the street with a beer. It's not Australia.
But how does that? I don't get how that impacts COVID. I mean, people getting drunk probably isn't a good idea. I'm all for denying people alcohol. Don't get me wrong. Sorry.
Well, I know one of the things that they were talking about around here is that one of the reasons why alcohol places, like liquor stores around here in Pack East, were kept open was because I guess if they were to shut those down, you would have a huge spike in
people would withdraw and go into ICU anyway.
Yeah, and apparently it would actually increase domestic violence. When you reduce people's access to alcohol, it increases domestic violence. So I was like, I had no idea until like I think April or so. I was like, why is New York doing this weird thing? And then I talked to a bunch of nurses, and I was like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah. So I know I've said to you before. I probably at any one point, a third of the people in the ITU in my hospital.
That's right. We talked about it as well. That's right.
Are due to alcohol-related liver problems or alcohol relation, which is just to put into perspective for you guys. If any of you do drink, do so carefully.
I mean,
because it will kill you.
I literally had one sip of champagne on New Year's Eve, and that was it.
We didn't even open the bottle of bubbly, but I did have a bottle of white with Chloe that evening. So
Brittany drank the rest of the entire bottle and did a shot.
God.
So
nice.
Yeah.
She's a lot younger than you, isn't she?
2 years. She's 33.
Yeah, but in spirit.
Oh no, Brittany's a fucking boomer. Are you kidding me? Brittany, again, she had to be convinced for years that it's okay to use an app on your phone to deposit checks. She still writes checks. She still writes checks.
I've never written a check. I don't think I've never owned a checkbook. Checks are amusing. Checks are always something I've received from older family.
Yeah.
You ever written a check, Scott?
Have I written a check? Sure. There are certain things that require you to write checks. Because there's some things that they say we only accept cash or check, no cards. And I never have cash because it's fucking 2021, or whatever year it was at the time. So you just have an emergency check in your car. So you're like, oh, let me go to my car to get my emergency check my wife put there because this is a weird business that doesn't accept, a card.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah.
I'm like, PayPal? No. Cash App? No. Venmo? No.
To be fair,
credit card, debit card.
I do need to set up so I can pay with my phone.
Yeah. Set what up?
My phone, so I can pay with my phone.
Oh yeah, like Apple Pay or Google Pay. Yeah. I mean, one of my credit cards is one of those like frequency scanners. I forget what it's called.
Contactless.
Yeah, well, it's because of the N or so. There's like a specific
NFC.
Name. NFC, yeah. Near frequency something. Anyways, what's up? How you doing, Neil? I missed your face.
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks.
Good. Glad to hear it.
High train success.
You excited to make a character?
Choo-choo high point. No, I'm not.
I got a hype card too. I got a cover too. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Choo-choo, motherfucker.
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
No, I'm not. I'm so distanced from the campaign that I'm not excited yet. I'm sure I will be once we get into it.
We have to go there, out there, out there.
But your initial concept that you suggested to me really turned me off. I was like, fuck that, I don't like that.
No,
I hate it.
Oh really?
Yeah, I've already played Vale.
Yeah, but he's a piece of shit.
You think I'm not going to play a piece of shit?
Well, you have an opportunity to redeem yourself in Green's eyes.
Green cuts off people's appendages because they're evil and thinks that's justice. Just going to leave that one out there for you guys.
What appendages he removed?
I don't know. He wanted to chop fingers or something, and they had to talk him out of it.
I
And
think.
no.
I think
Let me
it
just
wasn't a person.
lawful good.
He's not lawful good. It wasn't a person he wanted to do it to, if I remember correctly. I think it was an actual demon, or a legitimate demon.
That doesn't make it okay.
Like from the Abyss.
Doesn't make it okay, Scott.
But they're not people.
Aren't they?
No.
Because I'm fairly certain they're made from souls, which is kind of like everybody. So they are kind of people when you trace it back far enough.
That's like, we're all Stardust.
Yeah, we are. Which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if everybody's Stardust, it's not like, if you found out like Danny DeVito's Stardust, you'd be like, whoa. But it's like, yeah, but like so isn't Trump. Oh.
I don't really get the Danny DeVito. Like, I like him, but like, I'm not like, whoa, Danny DeVito, you know?
Well, it's funny because it's Danny DeVito.
Yeah. I'd rather go for Arnie. Too.
Oh, Arnold. Well, if you're talking about that one specific film, I suppose.
No, like, I just, his life is the perfect meme. like some German bodybuilder, and now he's a senator. Or governor.
Yeah,
governor.
Former governor.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah. He had a hard time getting the votes after he got the girl pregnant. So, but either way. All right. So, hi. How are you?
Hi. You've asked that one before?
Yeah.
I know you're a bit forgetful.
No, this is me trying to pull it. This is me trying to pull it in, so we can talk about concepts. So we can talk about ideas. What to play.
Right. Okay. So Scott's put us in a Planeswalker campaign. So his concept is that my character will need to be a guide, someone who is more familiar with the astral plane.
Yes.
That these guys will be traveling through, they will assist to these guys in getting to where they need to go. Which, do you guys remember where they need to go?
I mean,
to find an old god. An old
a god that's
dead
like
god.
not quite dead yet.
Like Scott, basically.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Likely, as Sil says, a denizen from another plane.
Yeah.
That is likely.
Likely, not definitively.
Yeah, not fingers and not demon, but yes, removing appendage attempt. See? Not demon. Enzoth. No, I don't like how you said daddy after... Enzoth is like a tentacle monster, Scott. just to put that one into perspective for you.
Thanks.
We're talking like realm walkers here, yeah.
Yeah,
no
so,
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, no MTG. It's different planes of existence. Like Planewalker is literally a prestige class that you can get in Pathfinder, because before Magic the Gathering, there was Dungeons and Dragons. It's owned by the same company. So
I'm just kind of saying, Shinny, Zoth was a little bitch, and he got slapped like a little bitch, didn't he? Let's be honest. He wasn't even the main boss of an expansion.
Okay. So, Pathfinder concepts. Neil, before we go into all of the fun stuff that could be, right? What kind of concept would you want to play? Like, put aside plane walking, put aside all that shit, the story aspect. What's a character concept you would even want to play?
I think I would like to go
Josh. Jesus Christ, Josh. Josh, go. No, Josh. Josh. Seriously? Josh, seriously? Wow. Seriously? Okay.
You know, Scott, when you create your new campaign that's been talked about for a long time, right?
Yeah.
You're set on a system for it.
Yes, I am now.
What if I told you you should do it in 40?
And in 4th edition,
Mm-hmm.
I would say, yeah, GURPS 4th edition.
No. D&D 40.
I'm sorry, I know you're saying words, but I think this is like a across the pond mistranslation.
40, yes.
Yeah, again, I'm.
So chat. Would you love to see Scott suffer through a 4E campaign?
Yeah, I really think that using an idiom I'm not familiar with, like blimey.
Yeah.
You know, like
You're not familiar with blimey.
Well, I am now, but like, so I think you have to inform me what this idiom is because I don't know that British term.
So 4th edition is kind of like a colloquial term for the best edition of D&D.
Oh, wait, hold on. 4th edition's a GURPS thing. It's the best edition of
No,
GURPS. So.
4th edition isn't a GURPS thing. The 4th edition is a thing that occurs in the world in various instances, but we're talking about D&D. 4th edition?
No, it's a 5th edition. I went 3rd edition, 5th edition.
Yeah, no, there was a 4th edition in between the two.
Yeah, I'm
that
pretty sure
only the real connoisseurs know about.
Pathfinder.
No, that's 3.5.
So after 3.5, the Pathfinder came out before 5th edition did. It's not the same company, but people get confused. Yeah. No, so yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's difficult to count for an American, but
No. It's kind of like how the iPhone 9 never happened.
Why would I know anything about any iPhones?
Okay, fine. Then
If
we'll
you
use
buy an
Viking.
iPhone, you're a
Viking.
stooge.
Kind of like how Windows, they skip 9 and go straight to 5.
Whoa, you don't like the Star Wars prequels? Really?
Well, Star Wars starts at 4, 5, 6, and then we stop there, and we watch a couple of TV shows.
Honestly, 1, 2, 3 are not that bad. Especially, let's compare 1, 2, 3. No. Shush. Let's compare 1, 2, 3 to, what is it, 8, 9, 10, the newest ones. You realize, you're like, oh my god, this wasn't a total shit show. Maybe it wasn't amazing.
Yes, it was.
Maybe it wasn't amazing.
Jar Jar Binks sucks.
Jar Jar Binks is literally America as a character.
No, he's not. Oh my
Yes,
god,
he is.
Racism as a character. He's the
Yes,
absolute worst.
exactly. America as a character.
The first one is so fucking boring with all the fucking Senate embargo shit. It's so boring. It's so
That's
bad.
America.
And then the next two,
That's what America's
and then
about.
The next two movies, it's just fucking Anna was sitting there going,
Yeah,
It's-
but you
that's all it
just
is.
skip those scenes.
Oh my god, skip those scenes.
Yeah, come
You
on.
skip the whole fucking movie.
No, of course you don't.
You're like, dude, you are playing a part counter Natalie Portman. Pull your shit together.
Look, all I'm saying, Scott,
Natalie Portman.
all I'm
pull your
saying
shit
is-
together.
you've got 1, 2, 3. Are you going to compare them to the most recent Star Wars films and tell me that they are worse?
I'm gonna say gasoline on all 6.
So 1, 2, 3 adds something.
Mm.
They actually add something because you get a feel of the Republic. Think about the scene where Natalie Portman's in bed and Jango Fett's doing the assassination. Then they have the chase through Coruscant. That's a good scene.
Sure.
It adds. They go in the bar.
Sure.
You
Are
know,
there good scenes in all 9 movies? Yes, there are. Sure. Okay. Yeah.
not sure about the last 2.
Absolutely. There are good scenes in there. Absolutely. There are good scenes. Very, very enjoyable moments. Shit films. Enjoyable moments. Why are we talking about Star Wars?
You remember that time where Luke Skywalker like walks out after obviously he's a Force projection at this point, but he then goes.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah. It's not good. It's not, I'm not saying
You know-
Solo is worse than episodes 1 to 3, 7 to 9 combined.
I've not watched Solo yet.
So it's a fucking garbage fire. It sucks. It's absolutely terrible.
Hey, but you know what is good?
This conversation.
The
wait,
Mandalorian.
Oh, don't talk season 2. Seriously, don't talk season 2. I'm watching it in 2 weeks.
Scott, is my character level 11?
No. 10.
Think carefully about the statement you just said before this.
Jake just leveled up to 10, right, Jake?
No. Scott. Think carefully about the statement you just said.
Yeah.
What was it?
I have not seen Mandalorian. Do not spoil.
Right, now is my
Once
character
more
level
with
11.
feeling.
No.
Okay, guys, take off your headphones. We're about to dump a bunch of spoilers on this boy.
Unfortunately, I have seen 2 spoilers. Very, very minor ones, but it annoys
You know what?
me.
Disney posts spoilers.
I don't...
In their adverts for
Yeah.
Mandalorian, they have spoilers.
I've seen 0 advertisements. I just know that, like, if I open up Google, like the Chrome app on my phone, and I see like,
it's
the
got the
list of...
news.
So I know Ahsoka Tano was a character and was played by one of my favorite actresses ever, and I know that one of my favorite comedians ever had a reprisal role. That's literally all I know. Other than that, I know fucking nothing. Baby Yoda could be sucking dick right now, and I have no clue. I have no idea.
He's a child.
Well, he's 50. This
It
kid's
doesn't
such a-
matter.
he's
It doesn't
50.
matter how old he is. He's a child for his species.
In America, he has rights. Rights. He's borderline Social
God.
Security. Okay.
Why have I got so many messages? What is? Oh. Dean added me. He said, "I see Scott went live, and it says he misses you."
Dean who? Dean Cuddy?
Yeah.
I miss Dean Cuddy. He's a good dude.
You think I'm talking about any other Dean?
Can you listen? I know you and Dean are really close. Can you do me a favor and tell Dean to keep making YouTube videos about video games because they were the best YouTube videos that ever existed?
Nah, he's editing for too many people now.
I know he makes a decent
I think
living being able to
he's
do it for
doing
other
Mathis and Sinvicta and
Yeah.
even more.
people. Yeah, of course. And it's good for him to get with the old Northern Lion Super Show crew. Like that's good for him. But his videos were bae. So
Yeah, I enjoy these videos.
listen, he's just has to do one every quarter. One a quarter, one every 3 months. Every 3 months I go,
I'll tell him that right now.
you know. They were so awesome. They're so good. Hey, listen, everybody here, all you people. If you've never seen Dean Cuddy, go check out his YouTube, youtube.com/Dean Cuddy. Go check that shit out. His music stuff, if you're into music stuff, cool, go check it out. He's a cool guy. But
I like his music.
but specifically his video game reviews, his Mega Drive reviews and all that shit, it's so good. It is so good. Like I mean this in a loving way because I love Mike. He's a dear old friend.
Once more with
But-
feeling.
If you watch Judge Mathis and you enjoy it, that's Dean's editing right there. Mike's writing, Dean's editing. Like it's so good. It's so good. But that's not why we're here. We're here so Neil can keep wasting time.
So I said, Scott says 1 video from your quarter, please, and he'll pay you $250.
What was that?
You'll pay Dean $250 for a video per quarter.
For a video per
A
quarter.
video per quarter, yeah.
Oh, is he gonna produce me a video per quarter?
I don't know. I just put money in there because I figured you'd pay.
But he probably didn't make it clear how many thank you for the gift subs, Oklo and First Shock, and I think earlier Vance and Steve. What was it saying? Did you say that it's a video on his channel? I missed them. 30 years of SIGs in last. Listen, Josh.
Once more with
All right,
feeling.
you concept. What would
Right,
you
okay.
like to play? Like, what is it that you're like? You're sitting
So
there.
one time,
Because it's been weeks, so.
one time I had a cold,
Oh,
and it
jeez.
gave me like a really husky horse voice, and I was playing Tell at this point, and we all agreed that this was Tell's voice with my sexy husky horse voice speaking.
Are you
it.
saying I have a sexy husky horse voice?
I'm saying you could try. I mean,
I'm
like
trying.
anything's got to be better than this.
It sucks.
Right, okay, concept-wise, I was saying before you interrupted me with something or other about Star Wars or 4th edition being the best edition. You just need to... I think I'd like a pure martial class for this. I think that would be fun. I've not done a pure martial class in Pathfinder. And I think Pathfinder is the system for pure martial classes.
Okay, so, it's funny that you say that because a lot of people have said that about 5e. So pure
Wait,
martial
someone
class.
said said 5e's the system for martial classes?
Compared to Pathfinder and stuff like that, absolutely.
Who said that?
Before you, just so you know, the reason why is because of the power gap. The reason why people have that opinion is because in Pathfinder, martial classes have more options than say 5e, but the power gap is far greater.
Yeah, sure. Spellcasters get great.
Yeah.
But spellcasters are great in 5e as well, and they're boring as fuck in 5e. Martial classes are boring as fuck in 5e. Like, you get your great sword, you get your feat, that's it.
Yep.
You wait to get your plus the magic items. That's it. That's literally fun.
I think playing a battle master is fun, but pretty much beyond that, yeah, I agree with you. You know, so all right, let's see. Purely martial classes. Let's see: barbarian, fighter, monk. There is a spell list ranger, so we can look at that. I don't think there's a spell list paladin, so I don't think we could look at that. Rogue. Cavalier. Gunslinger. That's funny. Dora, Shifter, Summoner. Vampire Hunter isn't. Vigilante. I think Vigilante is. I wonder if you'd like the Slayer class. Let's see. Alternative classes. Nope. Actually, I wonder if you'd like Ninja. Maybe. I feel like Joey played a ninja once, and died drowning. Let's see. Arcanist.
Wait, he died drowning?
It's Joey. That's.
You're right. Ian Arvine once died to a door being slammed open in his face.
Why is Ollie so mean to him?
I revived him after, so like it was okay, but he like
so
proper died to it.
Poor Arvine. Ollie's so mean to him. He's such
Let
a
me
nice
tell you,
dude.
Ian is a lovely dude, but he cannot roll for shit. On his latest character, he had Elven Accuracy feat. Which basically, when you have advantage, you roll 3 dice and take the highest.
Yep.
He'd still miss.
Yeah, of course he would. And mind you, he's the only person that I saw Ollie let walk into a game, and I actually questioned it. I was like, I don't know, dude, because he was an archer class. He was an arcane archer, but there are like 3 or 4 different versions of arcane archer. Ollie let him take the one that lets him walk in with +1 arrows at like level 2 or whatever it is. So he was an elf. All he does rolling for stats, which I hate rolling for stats. So he had an 18 dex plus 2 for being an elf. So he had a 20 dexterity, right? Plus being the archery build gave him +2 chance to hit, plus proficiency gave him a +2 chance to hit. So he's walking with a 5-2-2. That's a 9 chance to hit, plus his arrows. He had +1. He walked with a +10 chance to hit in the game. He fucking still missed. I was sitting there like, wait, the people we're shooting at have a 12 to 15 AC. You have a +10. How do you miss, buddy? How the fuck do you miss?
Ian, Dean says, if he's not joking, I genuinely appreciate him popping up to me himself. So there you go.
Aw. Dean's
now your editor.
I miss Dean. I want Dean. Sexually.
Well, pop up.
I don't know what pop up means, but I'll message
It means sending him a direct message, because typically they pop up. So like, go into your bathroom.
Yeah.
Bend over.
Yeah.
Get your camera.
Yeah.
Take a good picture of your hairy O-ring. I of course mean in your bathroom sink, because you clearly recently shaved.
Yep.
And then send it to him.
Okay. Absolutely.
So Slayer sounds good.
His vids never are. Now listen, Anna, what if I want to edit a video? What if I want to produce quality content for you, Anna?
You know how to edit videos?
Because
looking at YouTube, you barely know how to upload.
Shit, listen, Josh. You're older than me.
I tell you what, Josh is vicious. He fucking destroys you.
And Josh, I agree with what you said about Neil. So Neil, I popped up all of the pure martial classes. I'm going to kind of filter through them. There's like 10 here, and I want you to just right off the bat shoot 4 of them, or I should say 3 of them offhand. Just shoot 3 of them down. Are you ready? Barbarian, fighter, monk, ranger, rogue, cavalier, vigilante, ninja, brawler, slayer, swashbuckler.
My short-term memory is like 7 plus 2 or minus. I can't. But you want me to shoot down 3, like get rid of 3?
Yep, I can write those down for you.
Let's get rid of barbarian.
Okay.
Let's get rid of monk.
Yep.
Let's get rid of brawler.
Do you know what brawler is?
I don't want to punch people.
It's actually not about punching people. I know it sounds like it, but it's not. I'll explain brawler really quickly.
How does a tavern brawler work?
I didn't say tavern.
In Planeswalker. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't say tavern.
Huh?
A brawler uses weapons.
Yeah.
Actually, a brawler is how you can make Captain America.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, I know. So, brawler, and you probably hate it, so I'll just mention it quickly and you can shoot it down. A brawler, their whole shtick is that they have a floating feat. And as a, I think it starts off as a standard action. They can actually gain access to a feat that they didn't have before. At a higher level, which you would be, they have access to 2 feats as a standard action, or 1 feat as a move action, I think it is. And then it's
wait. So you're telling me I can do a standard action and pick feats?
Actually, you're at 10th level. You can, as a free action, pick feats.
Don't just yeet it. Put it in a bin and burn it. I don't want to deal with feats more than necessary in Pathfinder. Gods, what a shitty class. What the fuck?
Josh, send him your flowchart. Josh, send him your flowchart. Oh my god. Oh god. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so set it on fire with episodes 1 to 3. Gotcha. So yeah, he's at the point where he can free action pick feats. So all right, cool. There's 3 down.
I'm sure it's great in practice.
Oh no.
But at the same time, I don't want a 700-page list of feats.
Yeah, it requires very specific builds and lots of homework to make good, and then it's really good. So
God, that's horrible.
Yeah. Sorry. Let's talk about the next thing. So we're down to now. There's 7, I think. Was it 3, 6, 8? Now there's 8. Okay. I will write these down, and then we can start talking about them as options. Fighter, ranger, rogue, cavalier, vigilante, ninja.
Wipe vigilante off straight away.
Okay, slayer and swashbuckler. Let me vigilante really quickly. Just give me 1 second. It's all about having multiple identities and rogue talents, so you probably hate that. Cool. Let's get that one gone. And there we go.
I looked at it because I think it's an interesting concept, but how it fits into a campaign, you need to be very specific.
Yeah, I mean, vigilante is just a class. You don't have to be an actual Batman, but that's
no,
fine.
no. But you do actually have 2 identities.
Yeah, yep.
Like that's mechanical.
Yep,
built
correct.
into the class, and
Correct.
I'm like, eh.
So no, I'm not going to argue with you. What did I spell Cavalier wrong?
Is there a spellcasting vigilante?
Oh.
Just asking for my friend, the Slumbering Queen.
Actually, there isn't.
So she's like a multi-class then.
Could be. Actually, do you know what Gestalt is? No? Okay. So this existed in 3rd edition, and I'm pretty sure Pathfinder has it too. It's when you actually gain levels in 2 classes simultaneously. When it comes to numerical benefits, you take the greater of the 2. So if there's like 2 different Babs, you take the greater of the 2. If there's 2 different will saves, you take the greater of the 2. But for all class features, you get both. All. Yeah, it's how you like. You're supposed to use Gestalt characters in campaigns that have only 2 or 3 PCs, because standard D&D is 4 or 5, so it fills roles. I just think, man up. So. No, I actually like Alchemist, but he doesn't want spellcasting, and alchemy is a form of spellcaster, even if it is a altered form. What, Neil?
You can't just say man up now, Scott. Apologize to viewers.
Well, I can't.
You have
say
to just
no.
say. You just have to say up.
How about purse it up? Oh, up,
Human arm.
up. Oh, man,
Is that? Are you doing what you did last night? You know, where you're like, up, up.
Yeah, I was like, Ossoff, get those votes up, up. He did. He's a good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You win, Georgia. Good boy. Anyway, so it was a wholesome movie. My favorite part was when the wife died.
Please clip that and send that to Britt. Please. Please. Josh, I know you have Britt's contact details. You have a duty.
Josh, he does not have the contact details.
Well, what would you call them?
Contact information, or phone number, or her digits.
But what if he doesn't have digits? Would you really say that? Come on, Scott.
In the 90s, we called it digits in the 90s. Like, yo, can I get your digits? Like,
Oh God, Scott.
it's the 90s, you know.
Woo. Boy.
It's the 90s, okay.
Wowza.
I
All he
have
has to do
ways.
is be like, "Can I bring my daughter around on a play date?" And then, bam, play that
Actually,
video.
Not even joking. Rory, who can never remember Esme's name, always says, I miss that girl. You know, that girl, Josh's daughter. It's literally what she says it, not even joking, at least every other day. At least.
That's cute.
I'm not even exaggerating. Like, at least. every
COVID
day.
party.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm like, oh, Rory, December's a bad month for daddy. So, but anyways, Josh now is a new kid, so he doesn't live. So, where were we?
He's right here.
What?
Josh has become a fucking hero. He stayed up all night looking after his child. Now he's here listening to me.
I
And
mean-
you, God, man hates himself.
I mean, you could just put the kid in the crib, and if it starts crying, you just ignore it. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Neil is a weeb after all.
Ah,
You hear this guy?
yeah,
He's calling me a weeb.
I agree with him.
Can you time him out?
No,
Why not?
well, I can. I'm not going to
Why not?
because I want everybody to see that in the VOD.
But you're an American.
I am freedom of speech. He has to stand against the.
No.
Because-
America doesn't stand for freedom of speech. It stands for gross misuse of power. Come on.
Oh, my apologies.
I don't know which one of your amendments that is, but I'm sure it's one of them.
It's the 10th commandment. Is that how it works?
Wow.
No. All right.
Make a
So,
ninja named Ian. Wow. No, Josh.
Why
what the
not?
hell?
all right. So let's talk about these 7 that where did I write them? There they are.
Yeah, come on. Hurry up, Scott.
All right. So 3, 6. So there's 7 that we had mentioned. I'm gonna repost them in chat. So fighter, ranger, rogue, cavalier, ninja, slayer, swashbuckler. Which of those do you have a question about, or anything of the sort? Swashbuckler was always one of my favorites.
Yeah, get rid of the swashbuckler.
Oh, you don't want to deal with their panache and their daring dose?
Look, Scott, my panache doesn't need to be mechanical.
Wow.
I get it whether or not
Uh-huh.
the game says I do.
But what about your deeds?
I mean, I'm fairly certain people could tell you of my deeds.
Yeah, they would be disappointed.
Remember that time
Uh-huh.
when I sent 9,000 souls to hell?
Oh, yeah? Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting. So,
That's
so
the
Swashbuckler is actually based off the Gunslinger class. People loved Gunslingers build so much, they designed Swashbuckler based off of it. And one of the things you get at 7th level is Targeted Strike, where you can actually aim for things like people's torso or wings, legs, head, arms, stuff like that. You can actually intentionally go for body parts. It's pretty cool. But it is a heavily charisma-based class. It is, generally speaking, a melee class. It is what you imagine a swashbuckler. They even literally have a ability called Charm to Life.
Yeah, Bale was a swashbuckler. I've already been there, done that.
Yeah, if you don't, well, I mean, Vale was a very mundane character, aside from eating goblin nipples. But if you
You
want
know,
Nick
he literally
Swashbuckler,
was not mundane.
I understand he was like the last person of his race, but he couldn't get it up, and never
By the end,
gonna get it up.
By the
Never
end.
gonna breed a kid.
he was an ASMR.
Wow. So his race died then. He's like, oh, I'm the last male that could propagate my race.
If you'd watched
but I
it and supported
transitioned.
me, you'd know what
I
happened.
transitioned away from being my race.
I
so my
cried
race
at the
died
end
out.
of that campaign.
Okay. Did you stub your toe?
No, I was sad because it was a good campaign
Oh,
and how it ended.
that's good. See, my goal is to have campaigns end with the PCs angry.
That sounds like the worst. Not gonna lie.
I want them to be mad at me.
That sounds like the worst campaign.
So first thing I do is
I'm gonna go out on a limb there and say a D&D campaign that ends with the players angry at the DM is a bad D&D campaign.
No.
Definitively. I don't care how you enjoy D&D. You shouldn't end it angry at the DM.
You steal their kingdom. That's number one. Okay.
Yep, I'm already angry at you for that.
And then you let their characters TPK in a random encounter.
I don't know who did that. Not Thronekeeper. They literally cannot fail a roll.
No, I've never done
Regicide?
that. I've never
Regicide
done-
TPK?
I've had TPKs before, but they're extremely rare. They're extremely rare. And they usually story.
Wait, you mean you don't trap your PCs in like an intersection with minotaurs and a cleric holding people and a warlock shooting people from above?
I'm not gonna touch that one. Seems rough though. Seems not fun.
Yeah, look, Jake's fucking fuming.
We're never gonna go back to the material plane. I didn't say you can't go back to the material plane, Jake. Of course you can.
He stole our fucking kingdom from us.
I didn't. So Nixing Swashbuckler?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That brings us down to 6. So at this point, chat, if you want to start giving opinions of ideas, Josh
What's
is
fighter like in?
So in Pathfinder, it's a little bit better than it was in 3E. First of all, at first level, you gain your bonus feat for being first level, and then you get a bonus feat for being a first level fighter. At second level and every other level thereafter, second, fourth, sixth, eighth, so on, you gain a bonus feat. Not to mention at every odd level, your character already gets a bonus feat. So by level 3, you have, level 2, you have 3 to 4 to 5 feats depending on what race you are and whatnot. And literally every level afterwards, you get a feat. If not multiple. So you have a disgusting number of feats, but these are shifting feats like a brawler. These are like feats that build on themselves. So you can get things like, I really like axes. I get like weapon focus axe, weapon specialization axe, improved critical axe, greater weapon focus axe, greater weapon specialization axe. I'm like the axe king. So you design a build and you just fucking run with it. But beyond that, they also have weapon training and armor training. Armor training kind of reduces the penalties that armor give to your character. One of the cool things being at 7th level, you can actually move at your normal speed in heavy armor. To me, that's amazing. And the weapon training is more or less you get to choose groups of weapons every so many levels. And you get a bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls with that group of weapons. So I like axes. So like the axe group of weapons, I'm going to be like even better with those. But then like for my other group, I guess I'm going to go like, I don't know, like arrows. I'll shoot arrows, but like I'll have my arrows look like axes. Because, you know, I like axes.
I get that you like axes, actually.
Yeah. So, and then other than that, they just get a bonus to fear checks. So they're pretty mundane, but like you can have some pretty amazing builds in their mundane and
And Slayer is a hybrid between fighter and rogue, right?
They describe it as a hybrid between rogue and ranger, but as I was talking to Josh about recently,
They get sneak attack.
yes, they do. But Josh actually thought it was a dex-based character. But it's really not. It's not a dex-based character because your sneak attack is more dependent on your what's it called? Uh, 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 your studied target than it is on your actual like regular sneak attack. Though you could of course steal regular sneak attack. So you could be a strength based character and still play a Slayer, which is kind of cool. I like Slayers. They're nifty. And Slayer talents. Yeah.
I think we should throw Slayer into the hat.
Okay. Um. Then you know what a ranger is. There is a spell-less ranger version, just so you know. I don't know if you'd like it though.
I don't really know what Ranger is in this, to be honest.
5e's Ranger is very much based off of Pathfinder, 3rd edition Ranger. Favorite enemies, combat style, wild empathy. I think they have wild empathy in 5e. The ability to talk to animals, whatever. Favorite terrains.
A 10th level. I only have 3 spells.
Extra spells per day for high wisdom. So let's say if you had a 16 wisdom, you would have that little chart there would actually say 3, 2, 1. So it's not a lot, and there's a spell-less version of it. A gnome slayer. So do you mean like a slayer that happens to be a gnome, or do you mean like I'm gonna kill those little bitches? Actually, Josh, I would allow him to have fun with a planar animal companion. I would allow a planar, and it doesn't just have to be like, well, it's a wolf, but it's like a planar wolf, like a celestial wolf. Not that
What about like a little hellhound?
Sure.
You know, to go with my tiefling.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sure.
Tieflings allowed in the Patreon games.
Actually, tieflings don't exist.
That's not true. Raerin was a tiefling.
He was not a tiefling. He was a human.
Mm-hmm.
One day, maybe tieflings will exist, but tieflings definitely don't.
Do you ever wonder what it would be like if you get some degenerative mental disease and like you're in a home and you're just like tieflings and 4E, and they're like, calm down, Scott, calm down.
Sedatives, get the sedatives.
Because I can only imagine it would go like that when you get agitated. Get in the DM guide. Get in the DM guide. You know, lack of sleep is pretty bad for you.
Listen, I just need what's it called? Honey and tea for my voice.
Yeah, why haven't you gone and done that? Why don't you go do that and I'll talk about chat.
Okay.
Talk to chat, sorry.
Okay. Well, are you gonna conspire a coup?
No. Why would I do that? I'm just gonna slag off chat.
Oh,
Obviously.
okay. Well, can we direct it?
No, it can't be directed. That's
Against TOS?
right. So I think, guys, get out of here. He's muted to you, but right now he's saying some interesting words. I was a bit surprised when you just said that live. I was like, wow, this is a lot. He needs some water. Yeah, I agree. He needs some water. He's thirsty. Look at him. Scott, wait. Sit back down, Scott. Scott. Did you guys see his bald patch? Did you guys see that? Can we clip that? The bald patch? So I think I wouldn't want Rogue because I've played a lot of Rogue and I love Rogue and Rogue loves me, but you know, I'm in Pathfinder. Why not do something a little different? Cavalier, I like. Cavalier, I nearly played instead of Raerin, but Scott taught me out of it because he didn't want to Cavalier because he's a bitch. I guess perhaps I've not had a look at Ninja ever, so perhaps I should. I'm leaning towards Fighter, Ranger, Slayer, Cavalier. What am I looking for? Ninja. Right, so ninjas are assassins. When the wealthy and powerful need enemies eliminated, they need to sabotage. Okay. Is an alternate class for the rogue core class. Hit die D8. Lots of skills. Skill ranks per level 8 plus int mod. That's pretty nice. Get poison use, sneak attack, ninja tricks, key pull, flight steps, no trace. Uncanny dodge. We like that. So what are ninja tricks? Which gains one additional. They add effects to the ninja's sneak attack. So where do I see a list of these? They say, no, we no-show you. Brawler just doesn't sound fun to me. It's like, unless you're really hardcore into Pathfinder. Sure. Brawler kind of epitomizes everything that people hate about Pathfinder, which is you need to have builds, you need to have knowledge, meta knowledge. That is one way that Pathfinder is worse than 5e, is that you have, for 5e, pretty much no prerequisite for meta knowledge, and you can have a character that is viable and fun. Yes, you can make characters that aren't viable, but it's a bit harder to do than in Pathfinder. Pathfinder, if you built wrong, you could get to 10th level, and like, if you think about some of the enemies we faced, they could murder you pretty swiftly. And like, I appreciate a level of hardcore. Yes, I think level 20 is your cap, but you can go over it possibly with prestige. I don't know, because I've never hit that level. Ninja could be fun. So how do I trigger my sneak attack? Target would be denied a dex bonus or when I flank. So the same. Okay. Yes, exactly. So you guys want Scott to put us into mythic levels? Yeah, is that what you're saying? Because I think that sounds fun. He should put us into mythic levels, and then we should have a crossover with some of the other people. That's what you're saying? Wow. I don't know about that. That seems pretty dangerous because of violations. You were all gonna die terribly. I don't think anyone's died terribly. Manipulator Nail. That's my character name right there. Manipulator Nail. You don't trust Jake with mythic levels? The power will go to his head again? Hi, Will. Now, I'm not going to comment on whether or not the power went to Jake's head, but I think we all know who was really in charge of Raerin. Yeah, right. Welcome to my stream, Will. I really appreciate seeing that you're subbed to me. It really means a lot. I hope you're getting stuff sorted in your damp hole. I mean, I think Kithel was certainly the conscience of the country. And I agree with the statement that Kithel is Bay. But I don't know. I've never seen him make the sort of hard choices required from a real leader, you know? Oh my god, wow. You guys want to just sort of file out the room and just leave me and Will alone for a little bit, and we'll get on with this business. Right, so if I was to say to you guys, ninja, ranger, or slayer, or cavalier, what do you think of those? Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad that it's all sorted. I cannot imagine just seeing that and being like, Raerin was disintegrated at a purely equal level. There was no specific butthole sucking once he met the slime god. I won't comment on whether or not there was before that. You know, what happens in Valorant stays in Valorant. That's true to a degree, but we don't necessarily know how it's going to play out in terms of the guide business. That's not what my character has to be. That's a concept of what the character could be. There's many different reasons for, say, a PC joining these guys. And that was the first one that came into my head, sort of thing. There could be many other reasons, he works on a ship that they end up on, or he owns the ship, or anything like that, you know. Cavalier or ninja. There is a bard, but I played a bard once in 5e, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, I played 2 bards in 5e, but I'm not interested in picking up a spellcaster class at 10th level, to be honest. Not a pure spellcaster class, anyway. In Pathfinder, there's a lot to learn with that. Cavalier isn't really like that, because so although you have a mount, you're thinking of a horse, there's lots of ways to change that. It's not actually that restrictive. You can have all sorts of mounts. I agree that perhaps in a cave they lose power, stuff like that. I'm not playing Pokemon. But let me go to Cavalier and just yeah, you get Druid's animal companion, blah blah blah. But then there's a bunch of animal companion feats that let you change it in all sorts of different ways. Let's see, and there's lots of archetypes as well. Oh no, I hear Scott approaching. Can hear him sort of shuffling But I would agree that that mounts could, in theory, be dangerous. But I think in
I see flying mount. Does that mean the Cavalier?
I think in Pathfinder, it's quite mitigated by the sort of variety of mounts you can have. Because even if you're not on the mount, you can still have your mount fight or whatever, because it's an animal companion.
So you're talking about Cavalier then?
No, I'm talking about Cavalier,
Yeah.
Samurai Sovereign Blade.
Ghost Rider. Jesus. Samurai is I'm pretty sure there's a samurai archetype for Cavalier, but then there's also a samurai alternative class. Kind of like how ninja's technically an alternative class of rogue. So they just change out a handful of core features, and then it's bam, new class. Or alternative class. All right. I'm soaking my tea bag, if you know what I'm saying.
You took a really long time. Did you go for a poo?
No, I went up there and I had to microwave the water to get it hot. Because we don't have electric percolators, so I either have to boil it in a kettle or microwave it. Usually I boil it in a kettle, but I didn't want to take that long.
You microwaved it?
Not the tea, just the water. I put water in a mug and microwaved it. It's faster than putting on a whole kettle of water.
Such an American thing to do.
Well, you guys have electronic percolators where you can just like set the temperature and walk away. Don't have
No,
that.
I have a kettle.
Yeah, I have a kettle. I put it
I
on
have
the
an
stove and I
electric
walk
kettle.
away.
I have an electric kettle.
Yeah,
I flick the switch in the kettle and I walk away.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. We don't have that. That's an electric percolator. Percolator kettle, same thing.
Yeah, but you could have that.
No, but I don't. Like because I don't use it often enough. So I have just like a kettle that sits on my stove, and I turn my stove on and I walk away. But it doesn't turn itself off automatically. It's a stove, so it'll just like
I understand. That's what my parents have. Or
Yeah.
did have.
Yeah.
But but why?
Why don't I have electric percolator?
But like when you're doing anything involving cooking with boiling water, you can speed up the cooking process by boiling the water in your electric kettle. They're called electric kettles, by the way, not percolators.
Sure.
Well, you know what a percolator is, right?
Yes.
Not that. Google it.
It's the way I feel when I look at Josh.
You carefully boil and condense bits of yourself.
Mm-hmm. My blood. So anyways, but I could also just put a pot on the stove and turn the stove on, like when I make soup or if I'm cooking pasta.
Yeah, but it takes longer.
Does it?
Yeah, that is why you did not use it.
But does it?
Yes.
When I'm saying when I'm making like a full thing of soup, because like I need like gallons. Well, I should say I need like a dozen liters. I'm not gonna get that out of your little.
I hate tea and coffee.
Of
course, the way you heat water matters. It's disgusting, Josh.
I mean, I disagree. Because hot water is hot water. And the way you heat food or beverage, it matters. Like that's super. Like if I put a tea bag in there and threw that in the microwave, that'd be grimy. First of all, there's a staple. Like, you gotta remove the staple. We used to always have waitresses. You know what a ramekin is, right? Okay. So we used to always have waitresses. They would take our we have freaking stainless steel ramekins at the restaurants I've worked at. And they would just take them and be like, oh, I need to heat this up real quick and throw it in the microwave. And you'd see all the cooks, like managers, everybody would just be like, no. And like, why? I was like, I say waitresses, waiters did it too. Equal opportunity stupidity. So, no one specific gender is dumber than the other. So, where are we at, Neil? What are we looking at, Neil? I know you're eating food, but which one are you reading? Chat, which ones has he knocked off the list? What has he yeeted from the list? Because this is what I walked away with. Oh, shit. No, Swashbuckler's already off that. Rogue is notionally off. Down to 4. Which 4? I assume Slayer and Cavalier.
Slayer, Cavalier, Ranger, and Ninja at the moment.
Definitely read Ninja. I think you'd like Ninja. If I had to choose, actually, I don't know if I could choose for you. Fuck. Let's see. Let me think. Cavalier's cool because having some sort of like planar creature that your character rides can be pretty cool. Let's see. Ninja is cool. One of the cool things about Ninja is when you're on the material plane, is that they have the ability to just turn invisible, which is really fucking useful. At higher levels, I think level 10, I think they get the ability to jump into the ethereal plane, so they could actually like walk through walls and shit like that. I'm just checking that right now. Oh, it requires a trick now. I'm thinking of 3.5. A trick allows you to do that, I think. Either way, it's really fucking cool. But that doesn't help you in like the astral plane.
Now there is something to be said for the fact that ninjas get 8 plus that int modifier of skills per level.
Yeah, it's because they're rogue based. Like I said, they're an alternative class of rogue.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But they're also charisma based, just to be clear. I don't know if you cared to have charisma or not, but since Jake doesn't.
I'm always charisma based, Scott. You've played enough games with me to know that.
What was Raerin's charisma?
He was pseudo charisma based because it was all in.
Sure. Joey, unfortunately, Shadow Dancer is a very lackluster PRC. Very, very lackluster. I wish it was more. If you took Shadow Dancer and you tripled the amount of teleportation they get, then they would be maybe viable of an option. But when you look at like all the different PRCs that there are, and you stand Shadow Dancer next to all of them, they're very boring. Ah, damn. If he plays Ninja, we'll be back to the lectures. I know, Anno. That's why I said that.
Shut the fuck up, Josh. You love it.
You don't have to ride anything, Darker Destiny, but more importantly, it's less about the companion in that situation. It's more about the other features that you get. A ranger is someone that's really good at hunting down and fighting specific creatures. And I think there's actually even a Planewalker archetype for them. Cavalier is about leading your allies into combat. They have like really cool like challenges, like you, me, fight now, as well as like leadership. It's fucking called like tactics. Especially working with Grishka, who has a bunch of free teamwork feats. The ability that both of them can have teamwork feats is kind of nice. And you could share with Ilen. This is honey I got from a farm over the summer. So it's fresh. It's Papa Roger's honey. Okay, now I don't know if I want to drink it.
Do you know whether it's made without the use of antibiotics?
I don't remember. I remember they had a little sign of all the fun details about why it's good to buy it from the, because we got it like it wasn't directly from that farm, but it's like the beekeeper that makes the honey. His bee farm is right around a ton of other farmers' farms, because it's like a symbiotic whatever relationship, right? He's a beekeeper.
Service to them for free.
Yeah.
Usually they have to ship them out. Beekeepers to make enough profit nowadays. The honey isn't enough. They actually have to ship their bees miles and miles and miles to places that need, particularly in America, by the way.
Yeah.
I remember watching this in a documentary. To farms that need the pollinators, and there's huge risk when they take them to different areas because they could all die because of various pests, pesticides, etc., etc.
Yep. No. Rhode Island and southern Rhode Island, there's this like little area where there's just a fucking ton of farms. It's so funny because that's like where Mathis grew up, was like around there. such a different upbringing than what I had. Because like Mike had like I don't know, I don't even want to exaggerate, 16 animals plus in his house growing up. We had a dog. I grew up in the city. We were lucky to have a dog. So, can you have a dragon mount? Death Dealer, while technically speaking a dragon mount can be had, a dragon has literally never been seen in this campaign world. Specifically, the closest thing to a dragon that's been seen is a wyvern, which is a dragon type.
So you can have Drake mount.
A drake and a dragon are two different things, but I think that's why you're saying that.
You can't get. I don't think you could get a dragon. Not off the back of Cavalier.
Yeah. You go to Dragon Rider as a
You can get
PRC.
Drake,
Yeah. In China, they already are forced to use people to pollinate plants manually. Jesus. Poor friggin' bees. Having a rough time.
Yeah,
Fuck
bees
a
are
dragon,
really-
you're in the plains. You want to fuck a dragon, Josh? Okay. Since dragons have never been seen, just have a goofy looking reptile and claim it's dragon. Midori is bae. Yep. This is why we keep her around. She almost never speaks, but when she does, pure gold. That's how you get dragonborn. So, did you nix any of the other classes, sir? I know you said Slayer,
let's
Ninja.
get rid of Ranger.
Okay, so Ranger, Fighter are gone. Wait, so you're just down to 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, so Rogue is gone too. I won't lie, that 8+ skills is pretty sexy on a Rogue too, but... Okay. Actually, let me open Ranger again for a second. Oh, you nixed all those classes. That opinion doesn't matter. Where the fuck's Ranger? Where'd you go? Here you are. I won't lie, I love this music. I don't know how much you guys can hear, but I love this music.
Yeah, I wish I could hear it, you monster.
I can make it so you can hear it. Hold on.
No, I'm only kidding.
Let's see. Share screen, but we do it like this. Advanced. Share sound. And then I do music or computer sound only. Share. Can you hear it now? It's very quiet.
Yes.
There you go.
I can also hear myself.
Oh no, can you?
Oh, yeah, that's not pleasant.
Oh,
I could for a minute anyway.
Say something really quickly to see if you still can or not.
Hello? No, I can't.
Okay, good. Okay, good. That's because that's terrible.
Yeah, that would be pretty horrific. Wouldn't it?
Yeah. Imagine having to listen to Neil. Play.
Oh god, no. Ah.
I thought there was a plain option in the Core Ranger. Is there not? Am I a dumb fuck?
Welcome to Scott ASMR.
I can actually whisper without it hurting my voice too much. So I can actually maintain this if you prefer it, Neil. Would you rather I just continue to whisper into your ears?
Yes.
Neil, so since Chloe isn't around, I just wanted to let you know. Hi.
She's literally right next door.
Oh, she's in another house.
No. Because that's illegal.
Oh, you said next door.
Yep. You realize I have multiple doors in my house.
So you mean like the next room over? Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's how we might say it.
Okay. So
There's multiple doors.
it's probably a good thing if we keep whispering because she might hear us if we
Yeah,
do.
I think so.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Good.
just come in and beat me and say, stop rolling dice.
Yeah. Exactly. Gambling is bad. Yeah. Ugh, I'm so glad I never got into gambling. Hell, even the stock market is too much like gambling for me. I'm just scared of it. I'm just like, I watch like Bitcoin going through the roof and I'm like, I didn't invest in Bitcoin because I don't want to gamble. Mind you, I watch it because I'm a boomer.
You are a boomer. You're not wrong.
Look at this Ethereum going through the roof. I don't gamble.
So so what if I had a Drake companion, Scott?
How do you get it?
I'm in the fucking plains.
That doesn't answer my question. Is there a PRC that allows it? I said PRC. I'm sorry. Archetype that allows it?
Yeah, you can get it as big part of a cavalier.
Here's one called Drake Rider.
Yeah, funny how that works, isn't it?
Drake Rider gains a Drake companion instead of a mount. Cavaliers charge. She has Cavaliers charge at 9th level instead of 3rd. This replaces mount, tactician. Oh, Jesus. You lose a lot of abilities to be able to ride a Drake.
Yeah, you lose a lot because if you scroll down,
Yeah.
you see why.
Approved order. A Drake Rider can join only in order.
No, not that.
Oh, what are you talking about?
The statistics of the dragon.
Oh, if you actually like look at Drake Companion, you mean?
Yes, sorry.
Gotcha. So yeah. Let's see, Drakes
So
are
at
lesser
10th level, it'd have 8 d12 hit die, plus 8 BAB, plus 6 saves, 30 skills, 4 feats. Oh, I guess an ability score increase at that level as well.
I was like, wait. Oh, AD12. Gotcha. That's right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And it also gets special stuff.
So Drakes start off as tiny, but then they gain size when?
That's a good point. When do they gain size? So where does it say the stuff is tiny?
So if you scroll down just a smidge, it says Drake starting statistics size tiny. Alignment not good. Green's not here. He pieced out because we started late, so we're safe.
I know I'm being stupid and missing it, but where does it say? Tiny. Got it.
Yeah, how the hell do we make it bigger? Is it based off HD?
Rabbit?
Or size increase? Drake matures further advanced size categories when the charge reaches level 5 and every 4 levels thereafter. Each time,
so it'd be medium?
So yeah, tiny goes to small, goes to medium. Oh god.
It's rideable.
I mean, at medium size, when it reaches medium, its speed increases from 20 feet to 30 feet. Jesus, so at level 9, it's still only a medium-sized creature. Do you want to play a gnome?
There is a certain satisfaction of playing a gnome. What do gnomes get in this? Let's have a look.
Because Cavaliers predominantly...
I could muscle in on it's like strength and charisma.
That makes sense. Or Dex and Charisma if you want to do a Dex build.
Yeah. I could muscle in on Josh's business, you know?
I mean, Josh is actually gnome size though. But we could also, go with a non-core race too.
But, yeah, but you know where I play. I
Conquest.
play human a lot. Josh is just doing the same by playing gnome.
Nice. Gnomes do get charisma, by the way.
Gnomes do get charisma.
But we can look at other races too. Like we could actually have a little bit of fun. Rat folk, Jesus Christ. A gnome with Grishka, nice.
It would be pretty funny, wouldn't it? You'd fucking detest it.
Oh, by the way, so I went upstairs to find honey, and I couldn't fucking find the good honey. So I went to go ask Britt, because I knew she was awake, just lying in bed. So I went to go ask Britt.
I knew that as well, actually.
And Britt is on like the edge sliver of the bed. We're talking like if she rolls a little too much, like too many degrees, she will fall off the bed at that kind of edge. And Rory is pressed right up next to her. It must have gone into the bed after I left it. And then you have the rest of the bed, like 3/4 of it is empty. It was one of those things where I kind of wanted to take a picture of it. It's like, because literally it would take the two of them are taking up 1/4 of the bed or less. It's so funny. Are you a belly sleeper, Neil?
No.
Good.
I like to sleep on my sides, but recently I'm getting older and my back hurts a little bit. So
Oh,
I've been having to
dude.
sleep on my back.
That just started to me this past year. It sucks.
Depression, right? Fucking, it is the worst because like I'm lying on my side and I get comfy, and then like after a few minutes I like feel the base of my back start to ache, and I'm like, oh no.
Ow. I'm trying to look at some fun races.
Should I play a deep one hybrid?
A deep one. Deep one.
I can be like,
Hello, Scott. How are you today? Very good, I hope.
that's my face tentacles.
Deep one.
I'm only kidding on that one, by the way.
How deep though?
You tell me.
Do you want to play a Tengu?
Aren't they like monkey people?
Okay. Wow.
Are they not the orangutan people?
No, Tengu are the bird people?
Ah. No, I do not.
Yeah, I fucking hate them.
Why don't you play with them?
I think Vanara are the monkey people.
What about orang pendak? They sound like they're Sasquatch.
Do you want to play a Kitsune?
Yes.
Wait, do you really?
Yeah. I'll be a cat husbando on stream. I'll do it.
I mean, it's...
Anna called me a weeb.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. Scott, say that again. Deep one. How deep do you want to be, Neil?
Can I make a cup of tea?
Yeah, please, go ahead. Oh, I found deep one.
Oh, I wasn't asking your permission.
Deep one.
My cat. What do you want, cat?
I have so many friggin' things open. So many tabs open right now.
Yeah, I had to close them because that's one of the reasons that helps me pick characters in Pathfinder is you have so many tabs open.
Yep.
For so long, and I hate it. I detest it.
Yep.
So it makes me pick so that I can close the tabs. You know.
Yes. I'm right. I'm not even joking. It's what I do.
I'm like, gods, I can't handle having this many tabs open. I just need to pick.
Yeah, I'm just like, nope. Like Ifrit, nope. What's a Gathane?
I thought I was playing a Kitsune.
Oh no, I'm looking through the options to be clear.
I thought I was being a fox boy, Scott.
I mean, I'm fine with it. You can be a boy or a girl. I don't judge.
Be right back. One moment.
Sure. Make sure you give Chloe a kiss for me. Not a hug because that'd be creepy. Minus intelligence, that makes sense for Neil. Hi everybody, how you doing today? Did you all see that the Georgia election is going well? Warforged, Pathfinder, or Golem men of any variety. Pathfinder does have a Warforged option. It's called Android, but it's not in my world. It's not in Aurorum. Well, actually, there's Anno talking about the what you call it? Why are you saying terms of service, by the way, Anno? Deeper. Oh, sorry. Deeper. Plus 2 dexterity, plus 2 wisdom. Kasatha, multi-armed, weird. Yes and no. Darker Destiny. You still generally stuck
back.
kind of around the area that's close up to your crystal sphere. Sexual dimorphism. Interesting. That's funny. Okay, never mind having, male and female be the same. Let's take a step backwards with Lashunta. The race Lashunta makes sure that men are strong and women are quick, or whatever it was. It's like, okay. It's all fucked up.
Eep.
Yeah, right? Seriously. I'm good with that one. Let's not touch that. Let's see, the Shapti. People are immortal. They do not age naturally, cannot die of old age. That's pretty freaking cool. Immune to undeath. That's cool.
Of course you think that's pretty cool.
What are you trying to say?
Every person gets desperate in their old age.
Hate you.
It's a repeated trope, Scott.
I will not become...
Powerful king, doesn't want to die, blah blah blah.
I'm not suddenly going to get on my knees and start praising Shebus.
Well, of course not. You probably wouldn't be able to get on your knees by that point.
Oh, it hurts so much.
Oh, my knees.
My knees. Sylph are so weak. Like, why would you make a 6 RP race? Like, why? Why would you just add something to them to make them suck less?
Well, add something to them to make them suck less. Then.
Oh, I will if somebody plays one.
Wait, what will you add? Asking for a friend. Because obviously I'm a fox guy.
Flavor. Vanara are the monkey people. Just so you know, I was correct.
I'm surprised you remembered that so well.
Vanara? I actually enjoyed playing a Vanara in a Seafaring campaign before. Because, like netting and whatnot, they're really good at climbing. Is there a reason why I'm hoarse? Githyanki? Dude, not Githyanki. Githzerai, not Githyanki. Not Githyanki. And do you understand why not Githyanki is super fucking important, Josh? Because you might not know their culture. Well, in a typical D&D world. This one might be different. I haven't decided. I haven't introduced them yet. Well, not just about being xenophobic. When they turn, they're not allowed to be level 12. After they're level 11, they're like on like 10th level or whatever, they're on a watch list. And as soon as they become, I think it's level 12, they get sacrificed to their queen, and she devours their essence to become Githyanki, to become more powerful. And it also stops them from ever having an uprising against her. Yeah.
That's something right there.
Yeah, Githzerai aren't like that though. They're also chaotic creatures. They're what? Githyanki are what, chaotic evil or whatever? No. Yeah, they're like chaotic evil or whatever. And then there's Githzerai, which is like the lawful neutral or whatever. Githzerai are like the monk ones, but you don't want to play that obviously. So I can write fanfic. Yeah. You want Neil to play a fuckable cat fox girl. How about Neil plays a fuckable cat fox non-binary person? We don't have to ascribe a particular gender unless Neil wants, and then everybody can have their own little fantasies, depending on what it is that they personally find attractive. Neil, do you want to be the sex symbol of Aurora?
I thought I was already.
Wow. Damn. Samsarin. I won't lie, if you guys have a PC or whatever with you right now, or if you just want to check on your phone, Samsarin, Saran is one of my favorite Pathfinder races. I enjoy them as a concept.
What are they?
Short version, people that die and reborn. and they like remember some of their past lives and whatnot. It's actually really cool. I once played a Samsaran in like a short-lived campaign, and then was like pretty much the same group of people. And the next campaign, I played that Samsaran, but like 2 generations later. So like it kind of remembered the stories of our old campaign because it partially remembers its past. So it was just like a fun thing to do. But +2 intelligence, wisdom, -2 constitution. You can make really, really, really cool characters with those stats. So I liked it. But they also walk in with once a day comprehend languages. Hello. Not for you, by the way. You won't like that. Like cosmic mind. Who would store like instead stores those in their mind? Whoa. That's amazing. There's a race called Yedithian. And Yedithian are ancient race of scholarly starfarers. Oh, it's from their anyways. Instead of having a familiar or a spell book to store your spells, you just memorize all your spells in your brain. That's crazy. And they're also immune to age. They live thousands of years. That's cool. Regaru. Garu are... See, while sometimes confuse others, mistake Regaru for werewolves. Regaru are like the wolf version of... what are they called? Plus strength and wisdom, minus intelligence. Of a Kitsune. That's cool. Why are you adding us? Play a loper? He can't play a loper. Loper are too entrenched into the story of the game. What's going on in your pants is irrelevant in 99% of D&D games. That's true.
I'll disagree.
Shinny's counter is Rule 34. Deep one hybrid. Deeper. This one needs to go deeper.
You need to stop.
Brittany, it needs to go deeper. Oh, she's gone. She didn't respond. She's like,
I too would be like, bye.
Yeah. Caligny. Ugh. Boring. Astomoe. Astomoe. Sensitive breath. What? Okay, I'm good with that one. Oh yeah, this brings you down to the races I've saved. Or Fetchling, Shapti, and Suli. Suli is strength and charisma -2 intelligence.
What were your options, sorry?
Fetchling, Shapti, and Suli, but obviously Kitsune as well.
Alright. Where's Tiefling?
In a different language. In
Are
America, we say
you telling me
Tiefling.
I can't play a Tiefling?
Oh, Tiefling's a different conversation. Well, there you are. Yeah, no damn fair. Why would he play a damn fair? He already was part of an important story of a damn fair. I need to... a lot of things, I don't know if you were part of the various chats or whatever, Neil, but a lot of people are saying that the saddest thing about your character dying...
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah.
Is that Raerin said he'd come back.
He said, and she's like, that would be nice, or something like that. Or no. I think you said,
She
I'd like to
will
see
you
you
spend
again.
more time with me, and he was like, Raerin was like, I'd like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and she's actually pretty fun character. So, no. Anna, we're still picking the race to pair with the class. So the class has been tapered down to 3.
I quite like Sudi. They're interesting,
Okay, so
and
you
they
do like
seem appropriate as well.
Yeah, negotiator's fun. A little bit of resistance is nice. The assault bit, you might be able to switch out for a different power if you don't want it. Doesn't really matter. But the stats work too, which is good. Suli is SULI, in case y'all are looking.
I was more thinking like it seems appropriate being in the elemental planes where they are.
Yep. They're from the genie. Neither genie nor quite human. Suli stands in two worlds and often feel as if they don't belong to either. So let's see. Elemental assault. Is something you can replace. There's elemental strike. There's mostly human. Okay. And no. Elemental Knight, extra elemental assault. So you're stuck with elemental assault. It's not the end of the world. It's once per day is a swift action. You get a little extra damage for 1 round per level. Unarmed strikes with their arms or hands, or attacks with weapons held in those hands deal 1d6 extra damage. Of the appropriate energy type. Why does it say appropriate? Oh, you can choose which one. Cool. Each time. That's cool.
You don't have favored class there.
Ha. Huh. You're at the edgelord age. Nice, Jenny. Nice. Oh, that's exactly what an edgelord would say. Damn fair don't have to be edgelords. It's just unfortunate a lot of people are like, I'm a vampire. I very much did not play that as a vampire when I played Varys in Lost Initiative. I was like, this shit's stupid. This is dumb. Why are you looking at your sister with hungry eyes? Why is she looking at you with hungry eyes? This is weird. Vampire culture is weird. It's all weird.
Wait, you had cannibals?
Unfortunately, that's not what I mean by hungry eyes.
No, they were like they looked at, like she looked at him and she was like, "What are you doing, step?"
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, that's what friggin' vampire culture is. It's like, stepbrother, no. So weird.
Wow.
So weird. Isn't the edgelord? Did you watch Witcher? In Witcher, vampires aren't edgelords in the Witcher universe. I like them there.
They're literally vampires are literally aliens.
Well, most monsters are. Actually, if I remember correctly, humans are the aliens, because humans came to this world. This was their world pre-convergence. Humans are the invasive ones in Witcher, so this is their world. Humans are the aliens, but there just aren't many vampires.
No. Humans may have traveled into that continent at some point, and it was the elves.
Vampires were also invasive too. Okay.
Yeah. Because they remember, obviously.
Yeah.
The elder, like the actual true vampires,
true
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They remember everything from even before the convergence. So, he is pretty cool. Invasive, I see. Eyebrow wiggle. Jesus.
Oh my god. Scott's a married man. Scott's like, please play that clip from before.
Oh no, which clip? Deeper.
No, not that one.
Oh.
The one about you saying something about looking forward to your wife not being around anymore.
No, not my wife. I like
I know.
her.
It's not what the clip says.
I like her. She's cool. Do you want to hear something fucked up? So you know how in America they just issued another stimulus for everybody? So when they issued the stimulus last time, they tied it to our 2018 tax information and whatnot. So we got it no problem. But the federal government has fucked up my 2019 taxes, and I've still yet to receive my 2019 tax return. So I still don't have my tax returns from last year, and it's already the following year. So it is a whole year later, and I still don't have my tax returns. And because this most recent stimulus is attached to the 2019 taxes, I don't have that either. So now I am straight fucked. And Brittany's been fighting against the other tax thing for fucking months and months. And they're saying that the reason why they haven't issued our taxes is because there's one particular tax form that was never passed in. However, the reason why the tax form wasn't passed in is because by law and reading the tax code, it doesn't have to be passed in if it's a non-factor. It has to do with health insurance, and it's literally a blank piece of paper for my taxes because it was a non-factor for my taxes. So they haven't issued my taxes because we didn't give them a paper that was blank, that the law says you don't have to pass in when it's blank. So back in September, Brittany was like, all right, cool. Is that the problem? Cool. Let me send that to you. So she sent it to him in September. In November, they were like, yeah, we still haven't received that paper. She's like, I fucking sent it to you. You even gave me a received receipt. She's like, I mailed it to you, snail mail and fax it the same day, and I got a received receipt. Would you like me to send it again? So she sends it again with all sorts of documentation showing the law and what it is that they're supposed to do and what it is that wasn't needed and all sorts of other stuff and so on and so forth, and sends it to them again in November. Here we are in January, and now not only have we still not received our tax return, we're also not receiving the stimulus either.
America.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucked. And they blame it all. Everything is blamed out due to high call volume due to COVID. It's like, dude, people who take their phone calls at home, dude. You can answer your phone at home. You can actually have more employees working at home. It's so fucked up. It's so frustrating. I'm like, God damn it. It's so annoying. Grrr. And now, literally, because of the way this all works out, more or less what they're saying is, oh, don't worry. You'll be able to get all that back when you file your next year's taxes. Meaning 2021's taxes in 2022.
Nice.
Yeah. Not like 2020's taxes in 2021. 2021's taxes in 2022. Like Brittany's even emailed like Elizabeth Warren's office and has a correspondence with somebody there and has been emailing back and forth with somebody at my senator's office. It's crazy. I know this is a super exciting conversation, but I just thought I'd explain to you a bit of a frustration we have going on over here. It's really
It does
fucking
sound
annoying.
frustrating.
Yeah.
It does.
Because it's literally, well, hold on, to be clear, it's 11 months later. We filed them 11 months ago. Because, you don't get your tax returns usually until January 31st. Or a couple days before that. But still, what the fuck, man? So annoying. Did you decide which combo? Because I'm looking at 3 classes and 4 races. Of the 4 races I'm looking at, which is Fetchling, Shapti, Suli, and Kitsune, which one do you want to kick out? Probably Shapti?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
Or
haven't looked at that one.
Fetchling doesn't seem hugely appropriate.
Fetchling, is that the darkness one? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it has knowledge planes, stealth checks.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yeah.
But they can also use disguise self. I don't really think this is your shadow stuff. I don't really think it's you. But, it's one of those things where I thought, oh, maybe Neil would like it.
Yeah.
And then there's Shapti, which we already talked about.
Yeah, I maybe just ignored all of that.
Shapti was the aging one. This one I think you actually want to just eat.
Yeah, I'm not really bothered by that.
Cool. All right, so that leaves Kitsune, Fetchling, and Suli. Actually, I haven't really looked at Kitsune. Minus strength. Change shape. So if I play Kitsune, I'd have to ask Neil. I have to ask Ollie. Ollie, can you draw a picture of Neil as a sexy kitsune, and once again he would tell me that it's uncomfortable.
Inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was so upset with me back then. He's like, "That's my best friend. I don't want to draw him in a sexual way, at least not without his consent." And you were like, "Yeah, it's cool." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm still not gonna do it."
Yeah, fair play. Fair play though.
Yeah. I'm not knocking his decision. I just think it's uncomfortable because you know what you're doing. It's gonna really want to catch the essence of that BDE, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I roll like you should have seen these past two sessions we had in the Monday game that I'm playing. It's bit we're changing campaigns. We've had 2 weeks off, but 2 weeks prior to that, I was like, please give me a 20, and I got them 2 weeks in a row. It was glorious.
That's awesome. You
I
stole my
loved it.
power. I did it to you with ones enough that you took the 20.
Yeah, I didn't do quite so well on Raerin. It's like my passive. I do better when the odds aren't as good, but because you have such huge plus modifiers, my luck just gets worse.
Yeah. It's like the game knows. Viking Magoo wants you to play a Kitsune.
Chat does want Kitsune.
Yeah, Kitsune.
And you know what? I love chat, so I'm happy to give it to them. I'll play a
I
husband.
feel like fetchling should just be tossed. It's
Yeah.
really, to me, it's between Kitsune and
Yeah, I can't
Suli.
argue that Suli is not appropriate. But what class would match with the Kitsune? Probably ninja.
So Kitsune is Dex and Charisma, which Ninja is very much that. Slayer, I think, just needs the Dex. It doesn't even have to be Dex. It can be anything really. I thought Slayer. Go ahead.
Should I go for a Kitsune ninja then? Should we just put a nail in it? You just get your hand, slap it on the cross, and dung.
So wait, are you nixing Cavalier?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I like Cavalier a lot, but I think there are some caveats where I think Cavaliers work better in a less. This is my opinion. I think a Cavalier would work better in a less.
Tiny Fox Paladin. Sorry, keep going.
I think Cavalier would work better in a less story-driven game.
Mm.
I think they would work better as a classic leader of an adventuring party rather than.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear you on that one. Absolutely. Give me 1 second. I want to look through the Kai shit real quick. Let's see. As long as they have at least one, they can treat acrobatics as if at 10th level acrobatics. Blah, blah, blah. By spending 1, they can get a Bab. Additional. They can also increase their speed. And they also give a bonus to stealth. Okay, so that's the basic shit. Then they have ninja tricks. Ninja tricks are where like Joey got like ungodly awesome, and everybody was like, "Joey, your character's amazing," and then he drowned. Three sessions, rounds later. Accelerated form.
Funny.
So open up the ninja tricks and just even read the first one. Acceleration of form.
All right, ninja trick.
And while you're doing that, I'm gonna look for something else.
Get the benefits of displacement and haste. Okay, wow, nice. Expect plus 20 bonus. Bleeding, blood debt.
Did you read the acceleration of form?
Yeah,
dude.
I just reacted to it, but you didn't hear me.
No, I heard the plus 20.
No, that was that was past it. I'd already done it by then.
Well, acceleration of form is fucking amazing. You had displacement and haste.
Yeah.
For a 10th level, that's 5 rounds.
It's pretty broken.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. And then also vanishing trick is the one that everybody usually grabs at level 1. As a swift action, the ninja disappears for 1 round per level. So as a swift action, you're just invisible for 10 rounds. Unless you attack or whatever, then it goes away. Oh, hi, wife. You made me breakfast? Oh.
Pretty. Can you hand the
Deeper.
headphones to Brett?
Oh, sure. Here, Neil would like to have a conversation with you. Yeah, I'll do one of these. There you go. Camera's off. You can step in. Yeah, we're live.
Hey Brett. Josh is gonna send you a clip.
Say hi.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear
Okay, Josh is gonna send you a clip. Where Josh is talking, where Scott is talking about offing you. About how he's so looking forward to being rid of you.
Oh, fantastic. Add it
yeah,
to my collection.
Yeah, we're just in the process of getting that made and getting that sent to you. But you know, I thought I needed to make you aware. You know, it's my duty to make sure that if he's gonna try and off you, you can try and off him back.
I appreciate that. I do make him breakfast, so I feel as though the holes are aplenty for me.
Yeah, that'd be great. We could do it live on Twitch.
we could do it live. It's a special. Oh my god. Where is Josh?
Josh had to
Oh,
go
yeah,
to
Josh.
bed. He had to go to bed. Poor him. Poor Josh. Rip Josh.
Normally I have his brother to aid me in such matters, thankfully.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, honey. I watch you religiously. I know everything that happens.
Yeah, okay, bullshit.
I can't wait to tell
Prettiest
Scott that you were
days.
talking about sex as soon as you get those headphones.
Oh my god. Oh, this is amazing. Alright, well, I'm gonna let you go so you can continue on.
Hold on, Neil.
Thanks, Brett. Have a nice day.
Anytime. I will. Thank you, honey.
Do you want to tell her what kind of character you're thinking about playing?
Oh, what? In a now or in your new one?
Well, you know, that bastard Raerin.
That Raerin, not.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, rip Raerin. Rip Raerin.
No. There's a
Still
lot
nice.
of death surrounding you, sir.
Well, you made the shirt and you made it happen.
I
You
know.
realized it.
It was so beautiful. That is the catchiest tune. Wait, so what are you thinking of playing?
Take a sip of tea.
A Kitsune, which is like
Yeah.
a cat girl, but a cat boy.
Is that why you made that pornographic comment
A pornographic comment.
about doing a cat?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I was over there and I heard you talking. Don't abuse him.
Yeah, I'm young.
Yeah,
Scott?
look at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, Scott. I don't have grey hairs in my beard.
Yeah, he's still working on his beard is still brown.
Deeper, you nubile boy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Just so you know, that voice doesn't happen in this house, okay? That is for you
Yes.
people special.
Sure. Wowza.
And how did I lose my voice exactly?
It wasn't me.
I took credit for that at the beginning.
Oh, did you? Well, you're looking quite fancy with your bun there.
Thanks.
I like it.
I
Have you been
appreciate it.
torturing him about that?
Not as much as I would torture Mike.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
say he
he's
can
not
pull it off, unlike some.
Yeah, right?
He looks like he's really wants to try out for one of those cultural appropriation movies. That's right, white guy plays ninja. Or samurai.
Oh god, no!
Oh
It's too
And we
real.
all know
Oh.
cultural
It's-
appropriation is what the Brits do best. So
Well,
You're pulling a Scarlet.
this character's
Oh.
ruined. I'm doing I'm doing a full Keanu Reeves here, guys.
Oh.
What is
We-
it? Last Ronin?
We
47 Ronin?
secretly love Keanu. On
Of course we
Keanu
do.
whoa,
Day.
whoa. I do not love him.
I know you
He's a
don't.
shit actor.
I normally say that just to
He's
poke
a
at you.
shit actor.
Such strong opinions about that man.
He's so terrible.
Oh my god.
Scott has a
So there
lot
was
of
that movie
strong
she was
opinions,
He
to be fair.
does. He does. It's a hardship. It's just
No, what's
burden.
that-
Yeah, I
what's that
don't know how
movie
you deal with
with
him.
Keanu and Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson and you know he has the heart attack while
Like,
he's
he's
trying
going
to
off on one.
daughter
I know
and
he's
then
going
taking the mom.
absolutely going on. Yeah, it's something's gotta give.
Something's gotta give.
Honey, people don't know what that is. You're old.
So true.
That is not a reference for this audience. Okay? They're actually up, and watching you right now. Alright, I'm gonna go get myself coffee. Here you go.
Bye,
Hey,
Brett.
you were drinking tea. Is this his influence?
No.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Well, according to Neil, it's his voice. It's his influence because he went deeper.
yeah.
He opened the stream with I throat fucked Scott so hard last night.
Oh my god! Can you say that on here?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Yes. But you can't talk about
You
people's
can't
lack
look-
of sexual activity or
Chastity belt.
you can't talk about one person's relationship to another when it comes to
Oh god.
how attractive they might find them.
I
and whether
nearly
they can
spewed
come
tea everywhere.
You
There,
can't
I'm
talk
not
about
gonna
things
lie.
like that.
Just-
But deep throat fucking. It's okay.
It's totally fine.
Totally fine.
That's just gonna be like people's automated buttons now. They're just gonna click and be like, "There's Scott deep throat."
Oh no, Josh,
Yep.
is that gonna be your sub? Is that gonna be your sub?
I'd like that to be your sub noise actually.
Yours though. You'd like
yeah,
that
yeah.
to be yours.
You're like, whoa, what did I just have into?
Are you gonna put Neil's face on your cat image
No,
so you guys can prance together?
Yeah, we
That
could
would
be
make-
cat boys together.
I would wear that shirt.
Come on. Actually, I heard that someone got a shirt with lyrics of my character on it.
Yeah, I made one.
That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
It is pretty cool. Now you are immortalized on his fabric. Like you're
Hells
on there.
yeah.
Not just your words, but your face.
I'm not just in
You
there.
get tangled in
I'm
my
on
chest
there.
here,
You're
Neil.
on there. All right, okay. All right, you. Here. Neil, a pleasure. Always.
As always, Britt.
She says always, but she's never spoken to you before because she has.
I feel
Yeah,
like
we've-
we speak, you
We've
know,
spoken.
through the
We
heart.
spoke.
No, not
When
Neil.
was it that you had that like
Justin.
long ass?
No, don't say that. They don't like it when I'm. They're both equally important.
He can hear you. I don't have the
Tell him.
Okay. Bye, Britt. Is my daughter still taking up the entire bed by herself?
No, she woke up.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Scott, I'm a little bit alarmed. That camera was turned off for quite some time,
Yeah.
and your jacket's now undone.
My jacket is undone. I got warm because I was sitting right next to the heater. What's up, Britt?
I wonder what happened.
Oh,
The,
because
camera was off, guys.
Britt's so hot that
Oh,
I was steamy and things.
I-
That you struggle with, but deep throat. Like, right.
Deep throat.
I need to apologize. You know when Britt was talking about she had your brother to help with that?
Yeah.
She was talking about sex.
Lies. Fake news. And ew. Ew. So grimy. Anyways, do you have a sibling? A brother, I should say, because I think you have a sister, right?
I have a brother.
But you don't have a sister?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you are the sister.
You just get confused because you think, God, he's so beautiful. I wish his genetics had been put into a female form as well.
I thought they were.
You've seen the evidence.
All right. So, and now I'm going to pretend like my voice is normal. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dungeons and/or Dragons.
It's not your normal voice.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is Scott Davis signing off
It's
with
like me
AM
being
Radio.
like- that's me being like, hello, everybody, it's Neil here. This is my normal voice. Welcome to the Daelric show.
Where we really Dale that Rick. So. Oh, did you see how Brittany rickrolled me?
Maybe? How long ago was this? Because
Christmas
I'm a busy
Day.
boy. Yeah, I'm a busy boy.
Oh,
I'm
it's
fairly certain I did.
it's
I
an
have some memory of it.
FP announcements. It's okay. It's fine. It's
The only
it's a music
adjective
box.
I'd use to describe your beauty is British.
Wow.
Don't you make ice cream for a living?
Actually, gelato. Let's get it right. And by the way, Anno, every time since I've talked about you to my in-laws, every single solitary time I see my mother-in-law, she asks me about the gelato. So when is this guy gonna get me gelato? And I was like, it's like Sandy.
Gelato typically contains 70% less air and more flavoring than other kinds of frozen desserts.
I was like, Sandy. He lives in Germany. Yeah, so I'm like, Sandy, it's not gelato if it's being shipped from Germany to the United States. That shit is going to change
So
many times over.
I've already been fucked by Brexit. I ordered something pre-Brexit, pre-New Year's, and it didn't arrive till after. but because it made the channel crossing after Brexit occurred, so I had to pay customs on it.
Oof.
Something coming from Germany.
Everybody keeps talking about how your pound is going to drop, but it hasn't happened yet.
It's probably not going to drop that much. It's already dropped. As soon as we Brexit, it dropped.
I mean, but not really.
It did.
Sure, but it's not like it was like, oh no! It's still valued higher than the euro, higher
Yeah,
than the dollar.
It used to be like double. And then as soon as we voted Brexit, it went whoop, overnight.
Oh, as soon as but you're talking about like years ago, as opposed to when the actual ending happened. Gotcha.
Yeah, because we literally had a Brexit deal 3 days, proposed 3 days before actual Brexit. Scott says, Dean messaged me again. He said, is he joking? I'm going to tell him,
message
no,
Scott.
and you're going to have to pay him.
Tell him message Scott.
He says to message him, but fair warning, he's a big cunt.
He's a what?
Oh, Dean's so nice. He said, okay, cheers, mate. Smiley face. Oh, I love Dean.
Once more with feeling.
My feelings were given to me once again. Oh, Aklo. Thank you, Aklo. I should just Google pictures of sphincters and send them to him. I'd be like,
Don't send Oklo pictures of sphincters. What the hell?
Dean Cuddy. And they can be, there are many different types of sphincters, to be clear.
Yeah,
All
see,
right.
these guys know.
So
I'm legitimately worried, though. I think maybe we need to have an intervention with Anno. Cut down his gelato intake. Because he said he would only describe my beauty as British. And, like, clearly he's suffering from some form of nerve degeneration in his eyes in that case.
I mean, do you think British people aren't beautiful?
I don't, aka pussy. I love that word. I don't care about British people being attractive. I just know that I'm beautiful.
Hmm.
That's what matters to me.
Can we borrow Chloe for a second?
Lawful evil?
Can we borrow Chloe for a second? You know what? You should have gotten Chloe while Brittany was here, so the two of them could have just stood there and...
Oh god. I don't think Chloe would want to talk on stream.
No. She seems very, shy.
I think she's going out for a run anyway.
I mean, to be clear, I finally got Brittany to say yes to, playing Two Crowns at me
Congrats, dude.
To playing Two Crowns at me, soon. But since she already said yes, she'd take over uploading videos and hasn't done that yet, and it's been like 6 months. We'll see if we ever get to it. So, all right. Are you a Suli or a Kitsune?
Chat want me to be a fox boy.
Yeah, but you could also be like Captain Planet, like Suli or Captain Planet.
Who the fuck's Captain Planet?
Wait, really?
Captain Planet.
He's our hero, gonna take pollution down to 0. The power is yours.
Captain Planet looks like a bit of a tool.
Oh, come on, man. It's the 90s. Earth, wind, water, heart. Oh, fire. Fire's in there somewhere. Go, planet. We're the Planeteers. You can be one, too.
There are some beautiful Captain Planet memes, though.
It's like, because rooting and polluting is not the way. Here's a Captain Planet. Oh, God, it's such bad early 90s rap. Here's what Captain Planet has to say. The power is yours.
Just sending a quick message on Discord, Scott.
Oh, God. It's just making me chuckle.
It's like one of the second images.
Oh, my God. The kids from the Magic School Bus grew up to become the kids from Captain Planet. One, that's hilarious. But also, what they do to Don Cheadle, man.
I don't know.
What they do to Don Cheadle.
That's like the third Google image result for Captain Planet memes.
But to be clear, they took the really obnoxious, annoying kid from Magic School Bus and made him like the sexy guy from Captain Planet. I can't remember the characters' names.
You see, I'm already way ahead of that. I combined the sexy guy and the obnoxious guy into me.
Well, I have to agree with that one. So anyways, do you want to be Captain Planet or? I said that as my eyes just shifted to Don Cheadle. I just said that thing of you in cosplay, like, all right, Jake, what did you? Oh my god, that would be amazing. But you can't blueface. It's a serious offense. No blueface. So yeah, we're not gonna have any blueface cosplay here. We don't want to offend people like Captain Planet or the Genie. So,
Yep, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I guess no Sunni.
So lawful evil
Sully.
tiefling paladin, yeah.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I know the option was to be a lawful evil. It wasn't Tiefling though. I think you were actually thinking about playing an Incubus, weren't you? I was saying this is a planar
actually, 'cause
campaign.
We thought let's just go for it. Let's
Yeah,
whole hog it. Yeah,
Just do an Incubus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair though, my rules for Paladin are you have to be a Paladin or you have to be lawful. But with you being an Incubus, you'd have to actually be an anti-Paladin, which means you have to be chaotic. So it's actually an Incubus anti-Paladin, to be clear.
Yeah. I think that sounds good.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna add Jake to my harem.
well, I mean, honestly, I think Jake likes it when deeper.
Norway doesn't get that meme, so he just arrived and he's sitting there like, what the hell?
Yeah. Why did uptime not work as a thing?
None of your commands have worked.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was my bot. My bot is open. Oh, it needs to be connected.
Just got a
Frustrating.
big raid, Scott, and we're just chatting BS right now.
I type letters.
Daelric bot is not up.
Yeah, I got.
Hey guys.
Oh, Blue Aether. Hey. Yeah. Sorry, I lost my voice. So, usually this morning we have 3 PCs playing, but unfortunately right now we have Neil, whose character died, is being replaced by a new character. So when I move my plate, I hit the stream deck button, that's all. But either way, hello everybody. Welcome to the raid. What's up, Blue Aether? I always watch your streams. Any friend of Rena's is a friend of ours. We love Rena.
So what we're thinking about making at the moment is a ninja, which is a alternate class to the rogue core class in Pathfinder. And chat really want a Kitsune, and I'm happy.
Excuse me, how do you pronounce that?
Kitsune.
I thought it was Kitsune.
Kitsune. No, Scott, that's very furry.
Our internet connection
Like-
is so
Not sure how far we want to go into that.
Yep, Kitsune.
Kitsune.
Yep.
Are you updating my screen right now?
No, I am trying to fix my bot because apparently it decided to stop working. So I just had to snag my password.
And Suli is also in the running.
Oh,
But
so,
I think we settled on ninja for the moment. So previously I played a magus, so this will be very different because it's a pure martial class, whereas the magus is like a Eldritch Knight if you played 5e. It's like a spellcaster / melee combo.
yeah, we're playing. To be clear, we are playing Pathfinder, not Dungeons and Dragons. It is an offshoot of Dungeons and Dragons from back when some abomination was made so many years ago that we
And
will not name.
Pathfinder 2 actually, because there is.
Oh
a new
no, yes,
version of
Pathfinder 2e is
out.
garbage. I kept looking at it and
Is
being
it?
just sorely yeah, it's disappointing. It's like
I don't know.
they washed it down so much. 5e is better. Like if you want to play Pathfinder 2, just play 5th edition. That's of course my opinion, right? Like whatever that's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally, I think we should just play on Stars Without Number.
Stars Without Number. I enjoy Stars Without Number, but obviously it's gonna be a very different form of campaign, right?
Me too.
So Kitsune, Ninja.
Oh, basically 4th edition. Oh dear. Okay.
It depends on different people's interpretation of it, right?
I'd have to say, if your players are new, stick with 5e for the moment, and once they get a bit more comfortable with all the mechanics and D&D and how to play D&D, however they choose to play it, then they can get started on Pathfinder, because it is.
See, that is an approach. Again, I started with 2nd edition, so it was very much like a dive in the deep end. Dive in during a monsoon season. Into the ocean. No swim lessons. Let's just do this. 2nd edition, we had roll charts and stuff like that. It wasn't so easy, but that's fine. So we're playing Pathfinder 1st edition for this campaign. Actually, let me click these buttons, because if anybody actually is interested in watching this, there are currently 3 campaigns going on, each of them in their own system. There's a 4th campaign that's about to start in just a couple of weeks. It just got held off because December's kind of a crazy month for me. So soon there will be more. Another campaign being added called Warmonger. So we'll have, this one's actually called Kingmaker, but Kingmaker literally kind of just ended. Same PCs, mostly the same characters. It's just they've kind of shifted into the planes. So Kingmaker became Planewalker. I should probably update my bot for that. And then we have Regicide, Thronekeeper, and then soon there was going to be Warmonger being added. All in the same world, all in the same timeline. All stories affect one another in different ways, sometimes directly, sometimes indirectly. There's crossovers, blah, blah, blah.
Crossovers, yeah.
Yeah, which is fun.
Between systems.
Yeah, dude, multi-system crossovers are rough.
Yeah.
I'm like, so we're going to do lots of RP, right, guys? And Tyler's like, so let's fight some stuff? I'm like, Tyler, let's fight some stuff, Tyler.
I agree. I think it is very cool. I think it's poses its unique challenges there.
It does. All right, so I don't know how much you actually looked at Slayer, or if you're like, no. The features of Ninja are way better than Slayer.
I am settled on Ninja now.
Okay, and we're settled on Captain Planet, Suli, or Kitsune.
My preference is Kitsune.
Okay, so to be clear, Shinny, also known as the Game Mommy, is going to draw a picture of you as a Kitsune.
Yeah, but I need to be like surprised. I need to be like.
Okay, but if we're gonna do that,
because I'm a ninja and I'm in stealth and someone spotted me, so.
Okay, but there is, if you actually go all the way to the bottom of the Kitsune page, there's a bunch of different feats down there that you could take, and I believe one of them is called Magic Tail. Yeah. So you get Magic Tail, and you can actually get it multiple times. You can select it up to 8 times to have a 9 tails. Each time it gives you a new spell-like ability.
So Taichi, Roll20 has served us very well. I've played in years and years of D&D online now, and Roll20, occasionally it's a bit laggy. Sometimes you have those issues with it, but I think it's very, very good. For a free service as well.
It's consistent. It's free for most people that aren't willing to or are able to pay the additional cost. You don't have to go to the highest tier of paying for it unless you're going to actually be writing APIs or supporting games that need APIs in there. So if you're not playing like Star Wars, you're fine for like most D&D games. But the Battlegrounds one, or whatever the hell it's called, I've tried looking at it, but one, I met a couple of people that work for the company. I didn't think they were too nice. Not that Roll20 people. Actually, no, I know a couple of people that work for Roll20 as well. I actually played in a Warhammer game with somebody that works at Roll20, and he is amazing. He was Eric. What's Eric's last name? Eric's something. Super cool guy. But anyways, the
Roll20 is finicky. I do agree, but
it works. It works well.
It's not a perfect system.
Okay, thank you, Anna.
I think it's the best system that is out there at the moment.
Yeah, it's the best one for doing virtual. Obviously, nothing beats playing on a table. I mean,
agreed. There's a totally different feel for playing in person, and it's a lot easier for. I always play in quite heavily RP games, and it's a lot easier to interact with your other players, or even RP when you can see when they're going to talk, or you can pick up a bit more of body language. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think there are more benefits, and let alone I'd love to just hang out for a day, play D&D with my friends, and have some like themed food, themed drinks, you know, that sort of stuff. That to me is like a perfect day, where you know you got like your little health potions, whatever they are, like.
To be clear, we never did any of that shit at my table ever until Eric and Erin got like engaged and moved to the apartment downstairs from us, and then she would bring like baked goods that were like shaped like beholders and D20s, and she would bring beverages or food that was like colored or themed.
So cool.
And I was like, oh, that's a thing. Can we play D&D now? The best part though was Erin is an incredible baker, but she would also bring she would put 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine inside the cupcakes she would make, and she would make these fucking ridiculously amazing cupcakes, but you would forget that each cupcake was worth like a large coffee, so you'd eat like 3 cupcakes while having a coffee, and all of a sudden you're like,
TPK. Yeah, I agree, Shinny. Playing D&D online is fantastic. It's fantastic, and I've made friends all over the world from it, and I'm not knocking it in any way. In person is better, but not like by a massive amount, but there's just bits that are nicer. But yeah, I like D&D a lot because I like D&D, but also because I've met so many good people. I've made lots of friends out of it, like Ian. I met him through D&D.
oh, I didn't know that, because I know you guys are good friends.
Yeah,
I was going to answer something from Blue Aether, by the way, too. She asked if whether or not there was art for the characters. Actually, I did not do art for these characters yet. Actually, the Regicide campaign does have art because, you know, Rena the Destroyer, Blue Aether, that's a mutual friend of ours. She's an artist, and she's actually pretty decent. She's actually making a character for the Witcher campaign she's in right now with me as well. So she actually did art for the 3 characters in the Regicide campaign because she's awesome. But for the other 2, I did not do it yet. And the reason why I say yet is because eventually I'm going to wrap up the stories, and I'm going to do like bits of art of like all the different characters from like the campaigns or whatever. That, and truth be told, at one point in time, I was actually working with an artist to have merch made, and that was actually supposed to be released for like July of 2020, and then September of 2020, and then December of 2020, and then it just kind of like didn't work out for reasons XYZ. So I'm hoping at some point in time this year to eventually have the stuff put together to be able to do merch this year, in which case, again, there will be artwork because it will be on the merchandise. So that's the plan. And for me, merch is not about like, it's not about like making a profit on anything like that, because it's not going to be anywhere near enough sales. It's just because some people have asked for it. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool if people are like repping the campaign that they love or the characters they love and so on and so forth. So also it gives me access to it. So if I make the merch, I can also buy it. So
Good cat. Hi guys, I'm now a cat boy.
oh Jesus.
Girl out to you. Huh? She's such a good girl.
Yeah, I actually I've talked to Blue about playing a campaign before, but you were in the middle of getting your ass kicked in some video game. So you weren't able to respond as quickly at the time. But I was like, if you ever want to join a game, you let me know, and I'd be more than happy to find a spot for you, because I run this channel and I run Lost Initiative. So entirely up to you. I think you said that you had a small amount of experience before, but IRL games, not streamed games. So all right, so hey Scott, can you by chance pick your brain so some crunch stuff at some point? I never have time But yeah, you can always DM me, Shinny. I have no problem with that. Just shoot me a DM. I'll respond in time. Just don't talk to Vance or Steve about my response times. Just don't. Please and thank you. You think you might be a handful? You think you might be a handful? Have you seen this nubile boy over here? He is last campaign we were in, the reason why his character just died is because he sold 10,000 souls to devils, souls that belongs to another god.
We didn't have a specific number on that.
Okay, approximately 10,000 souls. Around. We just call it that
What
for
do you mean I was
simplicity.
a handful? Compared to Regicide, that was great.
Okay, Tyler
No,
on
the hope
Regicide,
of Regicide.
like Rena sitting there and being like, "Oh, so you're gonna put all those commoners in that barn and have a barbecue?" Okay, and she just like watches. I go, "You killed those people because they saw your face." I guess there's worse things that could happen. Like, yeah. And that funny part is, these are actually serious campaigns that aren't even goofy. Tyler is always a handful. Jesus, Tyler lost initiative. I love Tyler though. So
Should we roll stats? I know we don't roll. What is it we're doing? So we're doing point buy, but is it high fantasy we did? 20 points?
25 point
Oh, it was
buy.
epic fantasy,
Yeah, 25.
quote unquote. Right, so I'm playing a ninja, so
Once
I
more
want
with feeling.
once more with feeling.
Thank you so much for the gift sub again, Oklo, and welcome Tai Chi. I think I've spoken to you, Tai Chi, multiple times on Blue's. I think you and I have had back and forths, whatever, on Blue's stream, because I think you're a mod over. Yeah, I've looked around. Okay, thought so. So yeah, you're playing the ninja Kitsune.
So I want dexterity.
Yeah, and the charisma.
Okay, so let's whack dex up to max, because I could do that.
Whack to max. Okay, there's also archetypes. Frozen Shadow, Mask of the Whispering God. I think that's what Joey played before when he drowned. And Hunting Serpent. I guess Hunting Serpent is not what we want. Don't want to step on Tyler's toes.
We
Formless
didn't
Ninja?
take that.
Oh, dude, there's a third-party one called Formless Ninja specifically for Kitsune.
What archetype?
Yeah,
Oh my god, there really is.
I know. I'm reading it right now.
Well, what are the chances there's actually one for Kitsune?
Oh my god, it replaces poison use, which I'm fine with. This is actually not that good. It's actually terrible. Yeah, it gives you beast shape as an option. It's the alter self and beast shape for Kai points or key points, however you want to. How do you pronounce it, Ki or Kai?
Key.
So when it says Ki, I always think Kai.
No, because Kai is Kai.
I know, but for some reason my brain always goes that way. And then when it's what's the other one? Qi, I always think Ki.
I saw. I know if it's the thing about the week. Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, what are you writing spoilers?
About being a weep.
Oh, gotcha. I mean that's not a surprise. We already know that. All right. What we're talking about, what Anno and Neil and I are referencing is the
So I'm
Discord.
going for a ninja class, which is like a modified rogue. I've never played a paladin in Pathfinder.
They're actually fun, legit. Like paladins get huge boons to attack rolls and damage rolls when they smite. It's actually insanely high. It's really cool. But nah, paladin's not really your shtick. Not for this campaign. A different one probably, but not this one. Hardy killer. So this is just like enduring elements and track victims, swift to tracker. Meh. All right. So frozen shadows now. And so foremost, so it's just gonna be a vanilla ninja, I think. I'm gonna check these others. Oh, there's other ones I'm typing. Okay, hunting serpent, relentless pursuit. And fourth level, swift, once per day. This gets rid of uncanny dodge and improving uncanny dodge. Can mark her opponent. Damage by sneak attack. Interesting. Certain demise. Your hunting serpent sneak attack damage applies on the first attack she makes each round against the target of her death mark ability, even if it normally wouldn't. That's nifty. So more or less, a hunting serpent kind of gives you like a diet slayer, or what is it, studied technique or whatever it's called, slayer ability. Gives like a diet version of that, which is kind of cool. And the mask one is lame. Only a lame person would play the mask one. Really lame person.
You lose uncanny dodge and improved uncanny dodge, but you gain once per day. You can mark an opponent damaged by a sneak attack for death. Attack and damage rolls. Okay, so you can do it twice. Insert demise. You can sneak attack on any death mark target.
Yeah, but the problem is, to the first attack she makes each round against a death marked ability. So first you have to sneak attack them.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
swift action.
That's what I'm reading. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you sneak attack them, then you can death mark them, and then every round the first attack is automatically sneak attack. And that's like, holy hell. That's a 10th level ability, so that's like a pretty powerful ability. And what you're giving up is uncanny dodge and improved canny dodge, but you're giving up your ninja chicks at 12th and 16th level. Let's be honest, probably going to be capstone around 12th level because of how much time, unless work or whatever changes for you, probably capstone around 12th level. So you're giving up that ninja trick, 10th level ninja trick, and then you don't get no trace, which I don't recall what no trace does. God, my voice, it sounds so terrible.
That's no trace. No trace.
They get a DC to track. Oh, so it's just harder to track you. I mean, this is a planar campaign. Do you really care about that?
Alright, should we go with Hunting Serpent then?
I mean, I think it's nifty because it makes you a little bit more badass. Just make sure you read what uncanny dodge is so you don't like, but I really want that.
Basically, I can't get. It removes my ability to not get flanked, etc.
Oh, thanks, Taichi. Unfortunately, I lost my voice. So I just downed a cup of tea with way too much honey in it, like probably a generation of bees worth of honey, just to try to lubricate my throat. Need to leave that alone, so that I could actually speak moderately well. Yeah, leave that alone, please and thank you. So why was Aether up this late? Did she stream? Because I think she's West Coast, right? So she streamed till 7 in the morning her time? Jesus, man.
Everyone thought about it.
Because she's a mushy brain. Oh, she's still there. oh, I didn't realize this Hawaii. Okay, that's, is that 5 hours off of? Because I'm East Coast. I live, between Boston and Providence. Which is Maston, Rhode Island for
one of my
non-Americans.
Was called Providence. Do you remember Prov?
Yes, it was.
When I did that glorious American accent.
Yes, it was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Oh, it's only 4. Okay, 6 hours difference. That's not that bad. I go to bed at 4 a.m. on the daily. Unfortunately, too often. So usually, if I'm popping into either streams, I'm popping in. And it's like 3 a.m. my time. So I didn't realize it was that early over there. So that's nice. Okay. So.
Alright. Okay. So.
And sorry, building characters is usually not this boring. I actually should probably make it visible for you guys so you can see what he's looking at.
So I get +2 dex, +2 charisma.
Or, oh, because they already have it open.
+2 strength.
Oh, are you actually using the character mancer?
Yeah.
I never use that because it doesn't apply to most of the classes.
Nope. We're YOLOing though.
We're gonna
Okay.
you call that YOLOing?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Scott, you only live once.
I know what YOLO means. Thank
or
you.
in your case, you only have half a life left.
I'm only 35. Okay, only 35.
With your sleep schedule though?
I get a solid 4+ hours a night, plus or minus a night. I had to stay up last night. It was a Georgia election. Okay, I had to watch it. It was important. I wouldn't go to sleep until I knew both both elections were leaning blue, and not blue Aether blue. The other blue. Yeah, it's great for a few classes, but if you play anything other than those few classes, you're pretty screwed.
So I get 9. I'm gonna get 9 classes at the beginning. 9 skill ranks at the beginning.
To answer your question, Taichi, Warnock 1, it's called. I mean, it's not 100% official yet. They still have to certify the vote, so on and so forth. But Warnock 1, and Ossoff is in the lead, but it's actually a little too close to call at this point because there's only a 0.4 lead. So it's gonna keep coming in. We'll probably know within 48 hours, which is fine because typically speaking, mail-in ballots and whatnot lean left. And that's always been the case for the history of mail-in ballots, which is decades of history. So that'll likely go to his favor.
We're going to come back to alignment. I'll have a think about that.
You have to be up in 3 hours. Good for you. Why aren't you sleeping, Death Dealer? There are VODs. I appreciate your being here. We appreciate you.
Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god.
But you should probably get some sleep.
And we'll get rid of some of those class features. I'll come back to all of this at some point. But...
Why'd you write times 10?
It's
wealth.
starting wealth.
Dude, don't worry about starting wealth 100. You're level
Look,
10.
mate, I know what you're like.
Pathfinder starting gold above level 1. Okay? Character creation outline.
Do not trust Scott.
Wealth. Where are you? You're not starting there. That's ridiculous. PC wealth by level. Level 10 is 62,000 gold. I'm going to repeat that. 62,000 gold.
We're going to come back to...
I don't think you can hear me. Is this thing on?
I can. Sorry.
Or how does that translate? 17 BP?
Wait, I missed some required fields. Damn it, you monsters. Okay. Fine.
It's not really a level cap of 20. The way it works is that mortals cap at level 20. But there's things that can be done. There's like a pool of awaken. You can gain divine guidance, whatever it is, to unlock beyond level 20, and then it's called epic level, and then you just kind of keep going from there. Because who wants to stop at number 20? There's an expansion. You can now make your World of Warcraft character go to level, I don't know, 135 or some shit.
60, actually.
No, 60 was like forever ago. It's like 90 now.
No, it's 60 now.
You dropped it?
They did a squash.
Why?
Don't ask me, because that's what people want.
Mind you, I haven't played World of Warcraft since 2004 or 6.
No.
What year did it come out? That year.
Yeah, possibly.
I graduated high school in 04, so I want to say I played in 04.
What's the thing that lets me use
It was
dex
05.
attack? Weapon finesse?
Yes. Do ninjas not get that automatically, or is there a way that they can do that with a ninja trick?
I don't know. I'm just skipping through this bit to put like the first bits in. You see.
To get some basic stuff in there? Yeah, because obviously most of the build is going to be done offline, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Hidden weapons, high jumper, kamikaze. Really, kamikaze's a thing. So funny. Like, why would you even put that in a game? Like, you have the ninja character with the key powers that has kamikaze. And when you look at, like, what kamikaze was, like, it's just rude. Just rude to put that there. It's just fucked up.
Of course it is. What's this business about Leon Jaeger? Red Commander, Inspirational Commander?
Yeah,
Core?
I was leveling them.
You're leveling our PCs.
No. I was leveling the NPCs supported by Patreon.
I can't believe you made us build a fucking city, which we built, and then you fucking just pawned it off to the people paying you money.
Excuse me, I did not pawn it off to them. They took it from you.
You stole it from
You should see how hot Gwen's doing. Very well. Oh, you might actually be interested to hear this. One of the cool things they're going to be doing with the Patreon crew is, for the highest tier of the Patreon people, they're actually going to, I believe what I'm doing, I'm just working out the details right now. They're going to be taking control of a town in in Adir. So, one will control like Harad, one will control Forvin, one will control Raerin, and they actually get to do like kingdom building for one of the individual towns. So, and allow Adir to start like building up a little bit better.
Okay, guys, don't fuck up my kingdom, alright?
I mean, you already ruined Vigil.
I didn't ruin Vigil.
No, you didn't.
I believe Vigil ruined Vigil.
I believe when you ascended that god and it brought all the undead back to life, that your god had trapped there, ruined Vigil.
I think you'll find the god that trapped them there was the Yerevan, who.
You sound quiet to me.
That's because I whispered.
No. I even hear the whisper because you sound so quiet.
I said she's evil, Scott.
Ah. Okay, I'm just adjusting volume so you're actually much louder now. What happens if Rid stays in Rid? Nice.
Wowza.
I'm gonna show that map to. Actually, I don't think I have a map, so this is just gonna be ugly as shit for you guys. Okay. This is the Kingmaker map. Sorry, this is a bad overlay for this. Usually we have an overlay for like 3 PCs to do this, but this is the country where it is. Adir is the region, and then the city-states inside there. This one right here that I'm pinging, this is the one that the PCs controlled, and then there's a couple of other towns, which is what we're talking about. The hexes just pertain to different things like what land they claimed, prepared, explored, so on and so forth. Do I tell him about all the green hexes that disappeared? Do I tell him that, or do I leave that alone? So, this is the land.
No, it's a different map to the video game.
Oh, no. This is not the video game. This is my own homebrew world and so on and so forth. So,
no, don't tell me. You can't just fucking steal my kingdom from me and then, like, taunt me with it.
I mean, I can. I'm not saying I'm going to, but I can.
I'm not sure that's allowed, Scott. I think it goes against Twitch toss.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, Twitch is a tosser, so it's okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe you said that. Were you eating there, Scott?
All right. So, let's do the fine details.
You just ignored me. But...
Did you ask what I was eating?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you said, did you mean that? And it was hypothetical, or what you eating? In which case it was an actual question.
You just took a gamble. You're like, oh boy, here we go.
Flip a coin. So I'm gonna look up the Pathfinder point buy with you.
I've done it.
Oh, are you already done?
Buyed. So my stats with the and this is quote Scott saying he hates point buy. With 25 points,
I love point buy. I hate rolling.
I've got 8 strength, 20 dex, 11 constitution, 12 int, 10 wisdom, and 16 charisma.
I'm still not ready for you. Give me 1 second. Sorry. I have to get your mods. 2, -2, okay. Dex, charisma, strength. Dex, charisma. Alright, go ahead.
I've got effect with racial modifiers.
Yep.
This is 8 strength, 20 dex, 11 constitution, 12 int, 10 wisdom, 16 charisma.
Alright, you did that poorly, and I'll explain why. At level 4, you got a free attribute, and at level 8,
but I'm gonna level it up.
No. I'm saying a 20 dexterity is pretty awesome. So if you actually reduce your dexterity by 2, you have 7 more points to spread throughout your character, and you just get your level 4 and your level 8 there to make that a 20.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Said the blind man.
Can I use a 5e point by calculator? It doesn't change.
No. I usually use judy-white.com. Sorry, Jody,
Right,
I meant.
So
It's actually here. I'll post this inside Twitch chat.
It won't let me go over on this one. It won't let me go over 15 on this one.
Anna, what do you mean by upgrade the Patreon characters? What's up with it? I just gave you a link in Twitch chat, sir.
Thanks.
Sal, you know what I'm talking about. Sal, it's all about that Jody and that chicken dinner. You know.
Yeah, I was on chicken dinner, but it won't let you. Yeah. So I also enjoy rolling for fun, but
I do not.
Depends on what you're doing.
Oh God, no. Rolling. I mean, as a prime example, there was that 1 shot or 2 shot, whatever it was, that Ollie DM for me. He made us roll, which I'm anti-rolling. He made us roll. Erin and I both rolled useless characters, but she just broke the game by playing the most broken class. She played a druid, which can shapeshift pretty much at will, and replace her stats. So she just min-maxed her character to make it not useless. And I was like, cool. My stats suck so bad, I guess I'll be a bard without inspiration. Like, it was just such a... It wasn't even fun. Because the stats are so low, my character just failed. It just failed. And to me, that's not a fun game to play. When you start with, like, the core aspects of your character being standardized across the board, then everybody has an equal opportunity of fun. But when somebody's like, look at that, I got all 17s. And somebody's like, cool, I got all, 8s. That's just not fun. I don't know.
Do you roll for HP?
That's a choice. Each PC could choose, and when they make that choice, they're stuck with it forever. That's my rule. You can roll or you take average.
Do you guys remember us being given that choice?
You're always given the choice.
I think you're gonna have to go back and find that clip.
Oh, you absolutely can go back and find that clip. Absolutely can. Because then after you make that choice, like I said, I usually con people into doing the rolling because it's more fun for me.
Con people. No, I like rolling for stuff because it's fun. Point by, I get it. I get your argument for it, but it does make things a bit dry.
I disagree.
So, on Ollie's current Wednesday, I'm guesting, we did point by for that. Everyone's done point by, but for the Monday game, we did rolling.
Mm-hmm.
And rolling is fun, I think. But he also like.
Hold on, wait. You're saying rolling is fun, but literally, out of the 6 dozen people I've played D&D with, or some sort of tabletop gaming with, nobody has as good of luck as you. So the one person that makes the argument is the person that I know has more luck than approximately 6 dozen other people. So
yeah, but that's how life works, you know? Some people are gifted, some people are not. Because people so rarely, and you watch what I've done with Point By, people will so rarely naturally build in a proper weakness into the character.
Oh, I do all the time. It's fun that way.
My last rolling character, bearing in mind I was playing a homebrew race, so I was playing a pixie, which I was playing a sprite, which naturally has reduced strength significantly, obviously. But I had a -4 strength mod and a -3 wisdom. I had great fun. We won't see many people with minuses like that in D&D 5e. Or Pathfinder, to be honest. What are you rolling?
I'm doing an example. While you start fiddling with your stats some.
Look, mate, if you want to do an example, there's a much better way.
Let's see, 15, 14, 14, 13, 12, 10. 13,
You're trying to work out like
12, 10, and 7, which you can't even go to. So this is actually an underspent character. I actually rolled. My camera just friggin' overheated. I really gotta get a little fan for this damn thing. This is my other camera. So anyways, the total points spent is 26. And that's without me dropping my last attribute to below where it's supposed to be. So I'm actually below the average for a point by character. I just made a worse than average character for that
the
roll.
point of D&D.
Is to be worse than average.
Why would you want to make a
Because
precisely average
it's
character?
no.
Because it's not a game that's designed to be
hold on.
balanced.
You're
Because
not-
then you end up like you can play like super rules lawyer and super balanced, but then you end up with boring shit
Disagree.
like where minotaurs close all of you in and murder.
No. That's just a shitty DM, right? Like that
But
situation that you're referencing from Discord is a shitty DM.
It pushes you towards
Disagree.
gaming like Norway.
No, you don't have to. Because
It's a
you
classic D&D gamer.
you can choose how much. That's a nice way of saying old. You can choose how you want to spend your points, however you want. You can min max. You can go across the board as relatively even, so on and so forth. But what it is that when you do this, you have such a big gap because the point of the game is to make characters that you enjoy playing. The issue is that when you have rolled stats, one character is worse than the other character. So it's not like, oh, you chose to make a boring character, or you chose to, no. You rolled by luck, by chance, without any choice of your own. Your character is just worse. And so you have to try, you have to try to find fun in being worse. And the whole point of playing D&D isn't to be handed obstacles against you, against the other PCs. Obstacles against the game, against the DM, against the story, sure. But not your character is
doesn't matter. Your
stats
don't
objectively worse. It does matter. Because the entire game, aside from RP, the entire game is based off of stats.
Right.
100%.
But
So when you have a worse modifier, you're a worse character.
I'm going to roll better than you.
Okay.
You
so now you're
can't
being
come
flippant.
into. I can roll worse stats, and I will still come in and roll better than you.
Sure.
And be better.
Sure.
But that doesn't matter
That's you being funny. But like pulling that aside, when you look at the law of averages, right? When you actually roll it across an entire 30-session game, everybody's going to roll approximately the same. Look at that. Hands down, a much better character. I can't even build that on point by because it's too many. It's too many points. So again,
but that doesn't matter
objectively, my character is worse than yours.
But that doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No,
Because
it
it's a
doesn't,
mechanical game.
Because if I build my character ever so slightly worse or less min-maxy, they are worse. Say we have the exact same stat line, but I don't min-max.
Disagree.
And you min-max.
You have a safety net. So I have to min-max to be equally viable to your character
I'm
who
saying
is built willy-nilly.
If we point by, say
Correct.
we both point by,
Yeah.
you min-max and I do not, your character is mechanically better. And you're saying that's fine because it's their choice.
When you choose to make that, that's perfectly fine. Because you are choosing to play within an even boundary to make what you want to make.
So
that's
say
a
you have
choice.
a veteran player
Yeah.
and 3 new players. The
Yeah.
3 new players don't know what they're doing, so they make characters that are not amazing. Whereas the 1 veteran player min-maxes hard and is better than all of them.
So the DM can stop that. Can say no. You're
Should
playing
the
with
DM stop that?
the DM. The DM needs to be the arbiter of the table, and so the way I do it, the DM is the arbiter of the table and takes the feeling of the whole table. It's not my rule, DM fire. I make you do this. That's dick, right?
Yeah.
You don't do that because you're all people of equal value, right? It's not like my position is better than no. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But if the DM sitting there goes, that character's objectively better than these 3, you talk to that player and say, hey, you're making a character that is clearly much more powerful than the others. We should have a conversation about this as a table and see if everybody's comfortable with this. If they want this one character to be the powerhouse, because then they can just kind of like hang back and have fun with that. And that's fine. That's actually a campaign style, and that's okay.
All you're encouraging with that, though, is min-max culture.
Disagree.
So either that one player cannot play the character he wants, so that all of them can be bad non-min-maxy. Bad, I say.
Yeah.
Obviously. I enjoy bad characters.
Yeah.
In both senses.
No, hold on. But everybody can say they're fine with it. And then you as the DM can once again curb that with the encounters you come across. Oh, your min-max character. These are your mins. I'm gonna fuck with them. Because it's my job as a DM to challenge you. So if your character chose to dump charisma, and I put your character, edge him into the charisma scenario, and you just fucked everything up because you have a terrible charisma, that's what you get for min-maxing. And that's okay.
That's not okay though, because I can tell when a DM targets my character's specific weaknesses. And if there's no, if the only reason for that is because the DM's doing it to target my character's weaknesses, not because the big bad knows. Yeah, and that I agree with.
Yeah.
Fair enough. If they know your party and they're doing something to specifically target your weaknesses, but just to min-max, just to as a DM to min-max your encounters to balance your players is bad.
That's not min-maxing encounters. That's challenging each character differently. It's like when you go to a restaurant. It's like when you're at a restaurant, a server treats each table differently. You don't treat them the same because they're different people, different expectations, different likes, right?
Agree.
So I'm treating each guest at my table differently because
but if you have a definitively better character, say they've all got kind of naff, they've all got naff charisma. So you put them against something that's charms. They have to save charisma saves.
Yeah.
All of them suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Including the good character, including the bad character.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I don't think there's any surefire way to ensure balance between characters.
There is when everybody starts at the same playing field. It gives you the opportunity to balance. When everybody rolls, you don't even have the opportunity to balance. You are forced with what the dice happen to fall as.
But what you're saying there is if this is your tightrope for being balanced, for being min. If all your players, they all have to walk along this, and you close off what people will play as.
No, I disagree. Because you still have every class option, every feat option, every option to build however you want to.
Which are not necessarily all balanced. Some classes are worse.
I mean, in 5e, they're so fucking balanced that it's very minimal.
But point buy gives you less freedom than rolling for your stats.
Disagree. It gives you complete freedom to choose what your stats are as opposed to being forced to take what the rolls happen to fall as. One is a choice, the other is forced. One is so right now, let's say you wanted to play a character with a 7 charisma, you can't. Sorry, fuck you. You can't. Unless you find some race that has a specifically -3 charisma option, you cannot make that decision. It's done. It's removed. Yeah, you have no option.
It's more. I don't like that. It makes so my character that I would create off my stat line would be probably better than yours at most things.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you look at average modifier, I have a 2, 4. I have a +6, -2. I have a +4 average mod. Yours is what's that? 2, 3, 6, 8. You have an 8, and I have a 4 mod. So your character is +4, is doubly as effective as I am, just in raw numbers, not including anything else.
Right. But that's how your character naturally is created or develops. If you point by, they become a character in a game, way more than if you roll naturally.
Disagree. Because I've played D&D for about 30 years. Yeah, and every character is the personality you design them as. If you are playing your character simply as I have these stats, therefore I am this, then you're not playing Dungeons & Dragons. You're playing Chainmail, which is the predecessor of Dungeons & Dragons.
Yeah. But those stats, but that's what you're saying, that they're not the stats are not your character. So surely rolling terribly shouldn't cripple you.
It does cripple you, though. How many times have you been in a scenario where you're sitting there and you're like, this is what I designed my character to do, but I consistently... Rena on Wednesday night right now is playing a Witcher in a Witcher campaign. She's actually specifically designed to be more powerful than all the other characters, but she consistently rolls absolutely horribly, and it actually brings the game to the point of it doesn't make sense because of how horrible the Witcher does consistently. But that's the chance of rolling in the scenarios when your baseline character, literally baseline, like not this scenario is bad, that scenario is good, that scenario is bad, that scenario is bad. But the baseline ground zero of your character is eat a dick and die because you rolled shit stats. Then your character is baseline eat a dick and die. Your base character sucks. And then every scenario walks into with crutches.
Your DM can easily say I was your DM and you've rolled that stat line. I could say re-roll that final one.
I mean, sure, can. There's actually a old rule where if your total modifier equals less than... So I just said my total modifier was what, 0.5? 4. Sorry, plus.
Yeah, not me.
If it's not at least a +2, you get to reroll. But let's say it is a +2. Let's say you get it all equals out to a +2. But then you have the 2 of the other party members have like a +11, and one party member has like a +8. Then again, your character is 1/4 as viable or 1/6 as
I
viable.
mean, the likelihood of getting a +11 is obviously insane.
I mean,
Like, as your overall model.
so I physically watched back in the days before I started doing point buy. So back about 16 years ago, I played. Wait, was it that long ago? Hold on, how old am I? 35.
But I would still, I would
About
still
16
argue-
years ago, my girlfriend at the time, she actually played a character where she legitimately, in front of everybody, rolled 18, 2 17s, and 3 16s.
Wow.
And that's without racial modifiers. That's was an obnoxiously powerful character, and it's one of the baselines of my opinion, because all the other PCs were like upset because it was one of those things like, oh, we'll just let her take care of it because she was that much better than every other character at the table. Oh, she can go take care of it. She can spare the health points.
That's the other players though.
No, that's the flaw of rolling stats. She happened to be lucky enough to roll that well, so the entire campaign now has this flavor of her broken character because she happened to be lucky one time.
It's a +3 or whatever.
Yes,
like
100%. Yes, if you're
I
talking
can-
about,
I-
if you're playing
I
a
can
wizard,
roll
Mhm.
better than, say, Ian and I have played an awful lot of D&D together.
Sure.
And overwhelmingly, on average, I roll significantly better than Ian.
okay,
And yet we both enjoy D&D.
sure, but if you're talking about the DCs of your spells, that's not based off of rolls.
No, I'm not talking
If you're talking about
DC,
health
I'm talking
points,
about
that's not based off of rolls. Yeah, but I'm saying
The
so.
point where Ian now will pick classes or feats or stuff to mitigate his rolling disadvantage.
Yeah, which I don't blame him for. That sucks. But again, like, so if but again, you're putting aside the luck of one person being unusually high and another person being unusually low. You have to look across the average roller, which is kind of all over the map, right?
But what
Your
I'm saying is
baseline
that, like,
character is that much worse.
is that what your baseline character is doesn't influence what the character is throughout the entire campaign.
It does. Because that +2 modifier in 5e
Yeah.
can be the difference between success or failure consistently.
Sure, it could, but I don't think players will notice it as something like, oh, I don't like this because they're better than me.
Wait.
I think point buy gamifies it, right?
Yeah.
And it gamifies it to like everyone has to min max,
Disagree.
whereas point buy disables that mode.
Again,
to a degree.
I disagree that you have to min max. I disagree that every player min maxes. I think there are some players that no matter what they do, they will always min max, but no matter what system you put them in, they're going to min max. That's just who they are. Some players will lie about their die rolls. I've literally had, Mike and I have talked about it a bunch of times on stream, Mathis Games, and I have talked about it a bunch of times on stream about a friend of ours that would just like roll the dice, but pick it up quickly and be like, oh, it's a 17. You know what I mean? And you're like, I didn't see you roll that. You know what I mean? It's like some players are, of course, going to bring it to the extremes, of course. But when you take away the extremes and you look at the average across the board, you're potentially handicapping people. But at the same time, you could actually have a party where everybody rolls pretty damn well. The difference is not that bad. It's a difference of +1, +2 here and there, where it's not really that worth it. It's like okay, well this doesn't really matter. But you have those extreme scenarios, and that's the baseline of your entire campaign. It's not like a session or two, like a one shot, fuck it. But when it's an entire campaign that go over 4 years, 5 years, which I've done, and your baseline character sucks compared to another baseline character, you feel that throughout the game. It's not fun. It really isn't.
But do you not think the
For
DM
me, watching that, I'm the DM. I watch it.
Do you not think the DM could fix that in a way that isn't like making encounters more tuned in various ways, but like
I just said that. I do make the
skills
counter more too.
No, I'm
so I
saying there
challenge this
isn't
person
that.
to
There
say-
isn't that. There
Yeah.
isn't that because
Oh.
I think that's bad. I don't like that.
I've
I
always
don't-
done that.
Unless there's a story reason,
Yeah,
your encounters should
and there
not
will
be
always
tailored
be a story
to the
reason.
party.
Yeah, there'll always be a story reason.
Not in a lot of encounters actually. Like name one encounter where like a person like in Kingmaker where they would know the party's weaknesses.
I can't name in
Right?
particular. No. I can't say certain persons. So give me a second. Where they would know the party's weaknesses. Let's see. You guys fought very little. Your combats were
Yeah,
very,
yeah.
very infrequent in that game, so it's hard to use that example. Hold on.
And yeah.
I'm really trying for Kingmaker, but your combats are so infrequent.
And I'm not saying
It's supposed to be RP game.
I'm not saying min-maxing is wrong, but I think point buy encourages it more than the rolling does.
I think I will agree that it allows the opportunity to choose to min-max, and there is a no question benefit to min-maxing, right? So yes.
And for some people, that's what makes it fun.
And yes, most likely, without pulling data. Well, actually, if you look at fucking D&D Beyond showed their data that the average person plays either a variant human or a half elf. Why? Because they're the two most powerful races. Mm-hmm. Even though there are a good number of tieflings, there's a good number of gnomes or whatever out there. Most players, and it's like greater than I think it was like about 70% of players play either human or half elf because they're the two most powerful races. So yeah, but why are they two of the most powerful races? Because your baseline character is powerful. It's not about the roles, it's about your baseline character, and that's huge. That's absolutely huge.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, like, I see what you're saying, but I prefer personally. I don't really have a huge preference, but I like the way that point buy is more natural. I would say that that rolling is more natural. I would say that point buy.
In real life, people are not born evenly.
Exactly. And I agree
legally,
with the quality
everybody should have.
I agree with the quality in game.
Yeah, everybody should have equal rights, no question. Let's just to get the basics out of here. Obnoxious lefty. I think everybody should have every fucking right and opportunity and so on and so forth, no question. That's by law what the government should be putting in place in every nation across the world. That being said, people are not born equally, right? Some people are born fucking brilliant geniuses, and some people are born being able to make incredibly amazing bakers, and some people are born with not necessarily any particularly good skill, or at least their path in life has not allowed them to discover what that skill is, right? But we're not playing real life. We're playing a game where everybody should have equal opportunity of fun. And when you roll and that opportunity is removed because you happen to roll shit, that takes the fun away. And unfortunately, I consistently roll shit. I played in a streamed game. I won't reference which one it is, but anybody who's been watching for a long time knows which one it is. I played in a streamed game where I was forced to roll stats. My character was absolute shit, and it was one of the worst things I've ever played. I did not have fun. It was an absolute horror show, especially for why I had to play that character. But it was I fucking hated that character. I hated that campaign. I won't lie. I was happy when it ended. So,
which is fair enough. I understand that, but I have not enjoyed characters that are really, really good statted. Like I've had characters that are well statted. I've not enjoyed them because they're just not fun.
Well, that's fine. That's you made a concept that you ended up not falling in love with.
Exactly. Because
this particular character in this particular system, which was not D&D, I just happened to roll such fucking garbage that they were just useless. They were just useless. At least as the bard.
Think that's because it's like an older system.
It's way newer than D&D.
Really?
Well, D&D is one of the oldest. I can't. If I give too many details, you'll know what exactly campaign. Part of it too is also the DM, but that's a different conversation. My character was useless, so, and that was annoying.
No, I don't know. Like, I'm not like bothered about like it for realism. Like, I'm not like you should all roll because it's more realistic, but I think it makes a more natural generation of character. But I know we've gone way off, but I was enjoying discussing this. I think it's fun.
Oh, of course, and I won't lie. So I've also played some pretty awesome characters I thoroughly enjoyed playing. Like when I played an Ollie's game, and I played for a very short period of time. But what was the dumb human with the spear?
Haven.
I enjoyed Haven. He was a rolled stat character. I rolled average. I think his total modifier was like a +4.
Strength or dex or something.
Maybe it was like a +6 total modifier. So I rolled okay. Like it wasn't great. It was one of those things where maybe it was like 1 point above the point by value. So you know what I mean? And I ended up playing. He was really dumb because I had to roll one low stat, and I was like, I'll have fun with it because at 5e it mitigates that low stat of intelligence because it's not like all your skills are lacking points now because of this one attribute, which is nice, you know. I actually thoroughly enjoyed that character.
Yeah, I agree. I think Dex. If you look at 5e and you pick out a single stat that is stronger than others, it's Dex. Dex is too strong.
He was Josh. He was slightly mid-maxed, but only for a reason.
He did have a feat, didn't he? What was it? The feat that let you hit with the other end of the.
Yeah, it was the Sentinel and the other one that is you do for Polar Master, I think. But he was specifically designed because I hated all these rules about diagonals, and I just wanted to ignore those rules. So I made a Polar Master to ignore the rules. So it had nothing to do about being powerful. He did not get 15 attacks. I did it so that I could avoid the stupid "you're not allowed to walk or attack diagonally" rule. I was like, okay.
What was that? Something I was going to say. I've forgotten now. Oh, gone. It's gone. For like a well-rolled character, if you roll really well though, those are the sort of people that I would like to play an ASMR or something like that. You know what I mean?
Because you're Jesus and you want to make sure other people know that you're a divine gift to the party.
Yes. No, because so if I had a terribly statted ASMR in the party, I'd find it really weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
They literally have bad or good divine blood in them. Why are they worse than me?
Yep.
I don't think I've never played an ASMR. I played with one ASMR.
Wait, you've never played an ASMR?
No. Well, technically, Vale was an ASMR. By the end of the story, it became apparent, but I was never told he was an ASMR. I just slowly got a couple of things, and by the end, yeah, we didn't know that Josh was an ASMR until like right at the end of that campaign.
Mm. Ilen was originally statted as an ASMR.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I suppose.
But before the character was introduced to the campaign, we made a last-second change.
Mm.
So, yeah. But either way, so yeah, we have to so your character is obviously going to be predominantly built off stream, but just to
Yes.
using point buy.
Yes, using point buy. I need to sort that one out.
And you know, it's funny. We're talking about min-maxing, and I was talking about how to fiddle with your stats. And one of the things I was talking about is
Mid-maxing.
To a degree. So there's two different ways to min-max. One, jack up your dexterity as high as possible, and then use your bonuses to make sure your dexterity is even higher, because dexterity is the core attribute for most of your skills, your attack rolls, blah 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 blah, your AC, etc. 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 And I'm sitting here saying, yeah, min-max, but a different way. Actually, reduce your dexterity slightly to have more points to better round out your character. I always try to push towards, like, I try to push down those big curves so that the characters don't having a negative stat. I think is good. I think it helps with character design. Things like, oh, you want to have a low strength because I'm a dex-based character. I usually carry light, cool. But then that scenario where you need strength, you suck. That I think that's fun. But like going straight, I need the highest intelligence I could possibly. Oh man, what Dave made on the Dark Sun campaign I ran on Lust Initiative. Oh boy, he literally made his character old aged because it gave him an additional +2 to his primary stat. So he grabbed the max possible, grabbed the race that modified it, and went old age, which gave him another +2. And I was like, I'm gonna let him do it because I'm gonna punish him for it later. But then his kid was born and he had to leave the campaign, and so I was like,
See, I actually I agree with Taichi here. That I prefer so often because, as you've seen, I roll like a god. I don't get to experience it that often, but I quite enjoy having the really high and really low. Like I said, my last character, my next character in the Monday campaign is like that, rolling but better, I think. And I'm going human, standard human for +1 because I rolled a bunch of odds because I'm min-max. Makes sense for him to be human though. But my previous character, Anis, he had a -4 strength and a -3 wisdom. Then a +5 dex and +2 charisma, and 0, or +1 charisma, I can't remember. But like, I like having those big things that your character can't do, because it makes you more reliant on your other party members.
Sure. Yeah.
Which
Agreed.
then you all excel at something different.
Unless you have all 5 stats and all 6 stats are high, then you don't need your friends for anything.
Fair enough, but when does that ever happen? It's so unlikely.
Oh, sure.
Like it is so unlikely. I've never done it, and that probably means no one else has done it other than your girlfriend. Ex girlfriend.
Yeah. That was ages ago. But to be fair though, and part of my argument, I'm saying, I'm specifically telling you, ignore the extremes like you and Ilen, and then look at the average, and then I'm using an extreme as my argument. And I'm of course very self-aware of that too, but it's just because unfortunately I've seen it so many times, which is what's the word I'm looking for here? Anecdotal, because I've seen it so many times. I've experienced it myself.
I don't know.
But with these stats, exact ones that you had rolled right here as this example, I would actually do variant human. I would get +2 to 2 stats to round them out to even, and then I would actually grab a feat that gives a +1 stat as well as another ability to round out a third one to even, and just deal with the one odd stat and maybe figure it out later on. So I would actually have 2 16s because I would have 3 16s and a 14, or 3 16s and a 12 depending on what I'm doing for a build, because that variant human option with the feat is so sexy.
Which then enables you to play fun things like Blade Singer. That requires Dex.
Mads. Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to do that with a point-buy character.
Oh, you could definitely do a point-buy Blade Singer.
Not as effectively though.
You have to suffer elsewhere.
You have to min-max your race.
Yeah. So you have to be broken to play a. So you have to break by having too high of stats, or you have to break by suffering in other ways. Or how about this? Just don't have your spell modifier be that high, because if you're not doing all attack spells, just have a slightly lower DC. Like for a, what did you say? What was that example again? Blade Singer.
Blade Singer.
Yeah, I would have a higher dexterity and a slightly lower intelligence, or vice versa, and then call it a day. You don't have to have both be 18s or whatever.
No, of course not. I've got no 18s on my character, I think.
I use 18 as the extreme. Even though when you roll dice in 5e or even any edition, if you roll dice, you can have a 20 walking in, which is like crazy high.
Well, the only reason that having a 20 when you walk in is so strange is because you can't take it over 20 at all now.
Well, hold on. Can you honestly say you'd play the same class twice with very different stats? 100% yes. Yes, absolutely I will. Yes, I have. Yes, I will. Yes, I'll do it again. Again, you talk about Slayer. Slayer comes off as being a dex-based character. It can also be a strength-based character. It can also be an intelligence-based character. It can also be, like, it does not have to be one specific design. Not at all.
Let's say you're rolling a 5e Warlock.
Sure.
You can play a melee base.
If you're talking about 5e,
blade.
if you're talking about 5e, which it knuckles that in. So if you're playing a 5e Warlock, you have to have a high charisma. If you don't, your character's not fun.
You could play a Pact to the Blade where you don't have high charisma, but like you still need some.
Actually, I played a Warlock before.
But like you would always, what Josh is saying is you'd always stat that Warlock in a very similar way. With your highest charisma.
Your highest charisma, and then after that you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But you have to have the highest charisma if you're using attack spells. So I did a Warlock build. Oh, that's right. You want to talk about Warlock, though? Granted, it was a multi-class. It was a campaign I played over on Roll For It with Splattercat Games as the DM. Fucking love that guy. He's an awesome person. So Splattercat Games is the DM. I was actually 1 level Warlock, or is it 2? It was either one. It was 2 level Warlock and then Fighter. What?
I remember what I was going to say.
So it was 2 levels Warlock, and then I went Fighter. And so my charisma was, I think, like an 11 or a 12. And that way I could get a bunch of abilities. And then none of my spells, none of my abilities required charisma to accomplish. They were all like personal buff, personal boon things. And then I built my Fighter with a high strength and con. So, and then I could have done that Fighter with a dexterity, or I could have done, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's using Warlock as an example.
So, one thing I remember Shinny said it earlier, and I was going to bring it up, which was she said she likes to point by stats and roll HP.
Yep.
But equally, you can totally have a trash character if they roll terribly on HP every
Yep.
level.
Mhm.
But like I'm fishing for your opinion on that one. Like, say you have an amazingly statted warrior that has 20 HP at
Yeah,
level
at like
5.
level 6 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not fun. Well, granted, it won't ever be quite that low, I don't think, but it'll be pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, yeah, that's not fun. That's why I give you the choice. Do you want to roll for your health and take the chance of getting higher, or take the static? You know it's safe. You're good to go, so on and so forth.
But what if they decided to roll and they get to 8th level and they've been rolling so poorly? Do you give them the opportunity to change?
What are you talking about? So what system are we talking about?
So say 5e or Pathfinder, whatever. They've been rolling very like 1s to 3s.
So
Eight levels.
Pathfinder, I'd probably make it pretty easy for them to get their hands on a magic item that gives like a +4 Constitution. So that's going to give them a plus 10 health at level 5, right? They can also choose at level 5 to then grab the feat toughness, which will give them an additional 5 more health points, and that'll continue to scale as they go up. It has a +3 health every level, retroactive and continuing forward. So it's an easy fix in Pathfinder.
But then you're taking a fee off them.
I'm not taking it off them. They're choosing to do that. I gave them a magic item, though. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Or
you
give
get
them
magic item,
easy
which is
access
good.
to a magic item, which again is a choice, but I give them easy access to a magic item. In 5e, however, honestly, in 5e, it's a little bit more difficult to mitigate, because if you give somebody a magic item for a stat, it just takes their stat from like to and most of the time the party's going to argue, like Ollie's wizard, who walked in with like a 9 strength, taking the gauntlets that gave him a 21 strength or whatever it was that he took from the party, even though everybody else could use it more. Literally every character can use it more. It's like, yeah, but it's the biggest benefit of my character. His character was had acquired it, so he actually had a pretty solid claim to it. So you have to sit there and be like, yeah, but it's better on them. Even if the stat bonus is smaller on them, it's better for them. And then that becomes like so 5e is a little bit awkward because it's not like a small increase. It just, you go from 0 to hero, or it's a setback if you have a higher stat already.
What I'm getting at is that yes, you don't see it instantly, but rolling poorly on health can have the exact same, if not worse, effect as rolling poorly on stats. Yes, it might change. I think that's the only argument you can say over, but no, that's not true, because you get ACIs, don't you? Or ASIs.
You do in both games. Mm-hmm.
But like, I can't see how you're for rolling for HP, but not for rolling for stats.
Well, say that one more time. I'm sorry, because I was reading something.
No worries. I can't see how you're for rolling for HP, but not for rolling for stats.
So because HP is a less factor in my campaigns. For instance, you played Kingmaker for real life almost 2 years.
Combat,
Yeah, combat was very rare. That's not low amount of combat is common in almost all my campaigns. There's combat, but it's rather infrequent. Rather, I mean, in Thronekeeper, they've been going on for how many months, and they've been in 3 combats ever, right? Like it's very, very infrequent in my games. So health points is a smaller factor in my games, right? Now for other people's games, I'd have to know the DM. I have to know the table. I don't know.
Yeah. Fair.
So,
but I agree. Your games don't have like big dungeon crawl, or the campaigns we've played together.
Yeah.
Or I've seen don't have big dungeon crawls, etc., etc. But surely that renders your strength stat, your dexterity stat, more redundant than your mental stats.
Why so?
Because they're less useful in out of combat.
Again, disagree on that one. Well, Constitution, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Right? Yep.
Yeah.
But Strength and Dex, I disagree. They're definitely useful outside.
Dex,
yeah.
Dex more so.
But Constitution in every edition, Constitution every edition is just health points and Fortitude saves or Constitution saves. That's across. Are you tough or not? Like it's not really a factor, except for I think what's that one class? The Stone Sorcerer, Stone Blood, whatever the hell it's called. That one guy gets to use Constitution for a little bit more. So, but anyways, so what was the last
Con
thing?
is useful if you're drunk.
Fair enough, Chogo. Choga. Sorry, Choga. what was the last thing? Because I obviously have to get out of here to get ready for work. What was the last thing we were just talking about? You made me think of something.
I don't
Talk
know.
about rolling for health, viability of that. I was going to point to, what if you rolled a character with literally like a base attribute of 4?
Mm-hmm.
Like you have a base attribute of 4. That's
Me?
no modifiers or anything like that. You just rolled a 4.
Me as a veteran D&D player would be fine with that. If I was new, I probably would not like it at all.
Yeah, but even as a veteran player, because a 4 is a modifier, I have to actually think about that. 6 is 2.
-5?
It's a minus. No, it's a -3.
-3.
It's a -3. So
I
if
had
you
a
roll
-4 strength.
if you roll a 4 on a character, you have a -3. So -3 strength for the sake of combat is not that important. And then you look at carry capacity. You can carry 20 pounds and then you're overburdened.
In Pathfinder, sure.
No, in 5e, there's rules for carrying capacity.
Yeah, but it's less restrictive.
It's pretty
There's
fucking
more ways
restrictive.
to get more stuff.
What do you mean?
Because bags let you carry more, don't they?
No, not in 5e.
Okay.
Yeah. Magic items do in both games, right? But carry capacity.
But I mean that's fair enough.
Oh, I'm looking at Pathfinder's rules, unfortunately.
I'd have to say that's fair enough because it's
Like, you can't choose a stat where it's not.
No, I agree. But say you go for a dexterity-based fighter, it's better in every way.
No, Vance, because we barely even made a character. We're mostly just talking, and it's came up with the basic design. He's going to make it off screen. Go ahead.
What was I saying? Say you go for like a dexterity-based fighter, they're better in like every way because they've got higher AC as well as doing. This is 5e, same damage, no requirements for feats in 5e, but then they've got lower strength, so they can't wear the full heavy armor or some. You know what I mean? Like I agree, but there is an inherent purpose to these weaknesses, obviously, because Dex is OP in 5e.
So that's another Dex is OP in every edition. Though it's easier to get Dex to damage in 5e. So one of the that's probably one of the worst decisions they made is to allow Dex to be to damage without some sort of cost. But that's neither here nor there. So one of the other things is it's also based off of how do you want to design a character. Sometimes what I do is if I'm playing like a role game, I do not sit at the table and know what I want to play. I can't. It's impossible.
Yeah.
I have to roll the dice and then decide what I want to play. Because if I'm like, I'm going to play a this, but I know I need certain attributes. So I, once again, lost the choice of building a viable character. Doesn't have to be min-max, but a viable character until I roll the dice.
I get what you mean.
Whereas if you're like driving to your friend's house and I'm fucking going to play a rogue, it's going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So, but either way, both can have a lot of fun for different tables. And I will never gatekeep. Like I have seen a fuck ton of fun. Like Ian, who has the worst luck out of any fucking person I've ever had, has never once complained. He never complains about the rolls.
He complains about it immediately, but no, he's never been like.
No, he's never actually, because I've hung out with him, right? He's never a session ended where he just got fucking hosed the entire. He's never been like, this sucks. Like never once. That's a different type of person, though. Ian is also a better than average person. He's a better person than me. So the different tables, different PCs, different DMs, different rules, they all work. The only rule that never works in any scenario is when you can't walk or attack diagonally. So with that, why don't we actually end the stream so I can get ready for work?
Guys, thank you so much for watching this and listening. Me and Scott haven't had a chance to hang out properly in months, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. I am going to be rolling a Kitsune ninja of the archetype Hunting Serpent. If you have, tying on nicely from this, if you have any ideas about some flaws that my character should have, whether that's stats or whether that's otherwise, go ahead and pop them in Kingmaker spoilers. I'll give them a read. I'll have a chat about them. And then we'll see how this character ends up rolling out. Anno, you two are big weebs. She's afraid of snakes. And so we'll see how it comes out naturally. I'm quite glad that we didn't fully make it on stream because I don't like rushing the character creation.
No.
And so I'm glad that we got the concept down. I'm glad that we got the concept down, and I think I'm quite excited to see a character that isn't a standard race in Aurorum. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, eventually I'll have, like I said, a seafaring campaign in Aurorum and stuff like that, where we'll actually go to different lands with different people. Because it's just this continent, these are the races that are here. Other continents have other races that have kind of like, taken to the land or whatever. But that's okay. The lands are separate but equal. Okay, the lands have been divided. They have been separated by ocean, but they're equal. No, it's only a semi funny joke because those things are bad. All right. I will.
Note, I might be live on twitch.tv/Olirant for D&D 5e, where I play Tumulus, who sounds like this. He's deadless. He's undead. He doesn't have saliva.
Oh, do you remember what I played it?
Yeah. That's kind of what I was like. Ooh, deadless. I could play that. I like your deadless. He was good fun.
Shit. First I have to cover my face halfway. Be like, what? This is shit. I do not like this. It is all shit.
I
No.
thoroughly.
I want
the
rum.
I thoroughly enjoyed that campaign. And those
Shit drink.
characters. It was good.
It was a fun ending too, which is nice. All right, let's get out of here so I can go to work. Bye everybody. Bye. Oh, that's not transitioning. Bye. Bye.
Thanks everyone.